DFZRadio.com.
Talking about the Heavy T Show. Knowing so much better than your show. And everybody knowing this whole show. Yeah. Talking about the Heavy T Show.
So I printed the lyrics of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and
I know the lyrics.
Would you do us the honors of spitting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Come on! Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Here we go.
And if you ever saw him, you would even say it close. Come on! All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, come on! Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you ride my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeers loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you go down in history forever. You go down in history forever. You go down in history. What?
That is gonna be
If Rudolph got off that sleigh and banged on all the other reindeers like, I bang. Rudolph, bitches.
What up, everyone? It's Wednesday, December 23rd. It's the Heavy T Xmas Spectacular right here on DFZRadio.com. You see that we've decorated the studio very nicely, in fact.
Here we go.
Repurposed the decorations from all 5 years of us being here. I'm in full festive mood. Here, I got my 'Tis the Season to Get Riggedy Wrecked, which we'll probably do tonight.
Come on.
Chris is sporting his ugly sweater. It says 'Tis the Season to Get Swifty with it. Dr. Duff is not really doing anything. He refused to participate in any of the holiday festivities we have going on tonight.
Yeah, bro.
Because he's anti-America.
Yep.
I don't believe in it.
Anyways, we have an awesome show for you. We have people coming in from across the country, either phoning in or being in studio, taking all your grow questions. We're going to be talking lighting, nutrients, propagation, organic, synthetics, probiotics, whatever you want to talk about. But you have to call in to get hooked up with the free gear. That's 562-653-0707. And yes, I am a little bit phlegmy today for some reason.
Like a light bulb.
What kind of light bulbs are phlegmy?
Rudolph.
Dr. Duff's wife's gynecologist light bulb. It's kind of phlegmy.
Here we go.
It is pretty gross. What did he do with that light bulb?
Dancer and Prancer and Dixon and Manson and Chili and Dilly and Willie. Here we go. We don't know about the one that we don't know.
Chili and Willie.
Chili Willie.
Yes, so 562-653-0707 if you're lucky enough to get through. We're hooking everyone up super fat tonight because, why? It's the holiday special, the Christmas special. So,
yeah, here we go.
Botanicare, Turpinator, Sanctuary Soil, Johnson Grow Light, General Hydroponics, Uber Nutrients, Myco Fusion, Mills Nutrients, Smart Pots, Blue Lab, Vermicrop Organics, Mission Fertilizers, Optic Foliar, Green Pad CO2, Nanolux.
What?
And did I say Mills? And Mark's Hydro. And that's right, you did hear a pretty little voice over there. With all this stuff in the middle, we really can't see you, or I can't see you. You just see a big blob. But we have Lindsay.
Don't underestimate short people.
And she's in the festive mood. She has her scarf on. She's looking like she's ready to go hit the town tonight.
I am ready. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Nanolux has recently come on to the show, and we were privileged enough to interview Emily and
Lindsay.
And
no,
Keith.
and
Woo, that's me.
not Lindsay. We interviewed Emily and Keith about everything that's going on at Nanolux, some of the newer technology that you're bringing to the forefront.
There we
So
go.
let's revisit that a little bit before we hear about what's going on with Nanolux in 2016. You brought some products here.
Listen up.
What is new at Nanolux? Is it the CMH? Is it the metal halides? What is it?
Yeah, so today I'm actually going to be talking about the ceramic metal halides and along with our metal halide lamp that is, try not to break everything.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's extra sturdy so it doesn't break things. But as you can see, the box is MaxPar. So Nanolux is actually, the lamps are distributed through MaxPar. Here we go.
Here we go.
There we go. I was waiting for that.
Here we go.
Now, Duff, you actually you removed the plastic from the bulb before you put it into your fixture.
You do?
Come on, come on.
Well, he probably won't.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
so you
give
did.
it to you like a light bulb.
So that's going to be featured on Live Nation. So you can definitely see the lamp has, I don't know if you can actually see it.
Here.
But
I don't know if that will fit in there.
Okay, so what's special about the metal halide that Nanolux has, though,
I think
So-
it's the
is that
girth.
it's rated for open
open-ended
rated
fixtures, right?
There you go, for fixtures that don't have glass, which the other metal halides on the market thus far haven't been rated for that.
Correct. So our lamp is actually what you're seeing right there is a 600 watt metal halide. It is it's a 6K. We have a 4K and a 6K along with a 1,000 watt as well. It's double jacketed, so it actually meets
It's a
NC
mean crack
standards.
pipe right there, boy.
Yeah, boy.
God damn, Michael Irvin, man. DMX would be in heaven.
Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go give it to you. After I hit it to you.
I don't know if the glass breaks for that.
No,
but
you
I guess
can't
can
have
try
it. It's mine. I'm smoking all the crack tonight. Now I'm angry. Let's do some Christmas songs.
Rudolph, gonna smoke some rocks. And lead Santa with our Christmas socks. Hey!
Here we go. Here we go. Jingle balls, jingle balls.
Oh, so
Bang banging all the
Big
way.
crack rocks,
Come on,
good
come on.
big lighters.
Checking all you
higher.
fools for all your presents. Come on, come on. Coming now, lay down the chimney.
It's gonna hit it for you.
Luckily, I'm skinny, and I can fit down the chimney.
I've got all my boys stocking stuffers this year.
Your dogs don't stop, my dogs don't stop until I fire up a big fat crack rock.
Kissing
gonna give it
everyone's
to you.
house. Cali Priest is my driver, and we go slaying and banging. Hey,
Oh gosh. Well, I think we just learned everything we need to know about this metal halide bulb. No,
Apparently
straight up
it's
though.
multi-use. I had no idea.
Don't
Holding,
say fire up that
Learn
microwave.
new things every day.
In a pickle jar, gonna cook a big rock.
Horty X, can you hold that up to the camera and let people see the
I was.
difference? Now this has an additional jacket around it
Horty's
because
neck.
if some reason the bulb fails, if it doesn't have that jacket, hot smoldering parts of the bulb and gases will fall onto your plants and potentially be a fire hazard.
And
Absolutely.
potential killer UV radiation in your eyes as well.
Wait, what did you say? What falls down? Molten?
So what happens is
Lava?
if it's actually gas that liquefies
Yeah.
and it can be very, very dangerous and it comes out about, I don't know, 500 degrees or something like that. It's very, very hot and
Celsius.
it's unsafe. So what we did is we actually changed it up a little bit for safety to meet NC standards. So a lot of people are asking the glass that's actually used over that is, the double jacket.
Right.
And it is, I can't even pronounce it. I believe it's borosilicate glass.
Yeah,
and it's
borosilicate glass.
There
Same
we
thing
go.
they use for crack pipes.
Don't slow down. Go talk right through them.
I'm gonna need a whole tour boy to stick in this thing.
So
That's how Horty Chris's
She's
neck
a-
is
I
blown
feel like my
up.
brain is inflamed with glass right now.
she's already nervous, and we're coming in hot.
coming hard, girl. You better. What's it called again, girl? Go again.
Here, take this away. I'm getting sweaty.
Thank
Oh,
you, thank
they
you,
go
thank you.
hard.
You can use it for crack later.
He already did.
I'm gonna use it to snort some.
That's
but,
a straw.
It is it's a large straw.
You know,
It's
Horty's
large
got
and in
problems.
charge.
Cut
Yeah,
his
so
nose off
basically
his
that's what it
face.
is. It is a lamp. We distribute through MaxPar now. That's what the lamps are for. Or that's what the lamps are distributed through. So if you do open up our Nanolux box, don't be surprised to see the MaxPar box. It is still by Nanolux, and it is a high-quality lamp. And then
Is this another brand under the Nanolux umbrella of products, or is this someone that specifically does bulbs and you guys have the exclusivity?
it's a
for
manufacturing department, and we have the exclusivity to all of our products.
that? Okay, so this
So-
is completely compatible to be used with all the Nanolux. It was made in a symbiotic fashion to be used with your ballast and hoods.
100%.
Cool.
Yes, yeah. So anyone that wants to use the metal halide, we do, like I said, we have a 4K and a 6K. We have 600 watt and 1,000 watt. It is the only one that I know of that's marketed more extreme, or that that's
Extreme.
it's
Mountain
very
Dew,
extreme.
It's extreme.
you can get it. You can get it here at Cerritos Hydro.
Sponsored by
And-
Monster Energy.
Absolutely.
Where's
But
Cerritos
listen,
Hydro
In Cerritos.
Cerritos, California.
California.
What is the address?
She's already coming in a little nervous, bro. Let her get her
KFC
words out.
Radio.
She's been practicing this. She got here an hour and a half early, so she's looking in the mirror, making sure everything's right.
Horty's a dick.
I was
Here
just
we
doing
go.
selfies.
Here we go.
What do you have? So a 4,000 and 6,000 Kelvin bulb are, typically most of our growers will use a higher Kelvin for their vegetative growth.
Right.
Is the 4,000 to be used, like we've seen other bulbs, marketed as a finisher bulb, or is it just a specific application?
That would actually be that's more in detail. You can actually contact our tech line as well.
Okay.
And if you have any specific questions, I don't know everything,
Right.
but for specific questions like that,
I know everything. What's the question?
it's because you're Gandhi. It's
Thank you
our
for
Nanolex tech line is 707-835-6031.
Okay. Well, check those guys out. And it's nanoluxtech.com if you want to go
Yes.
check it out while we're speaking with Lindsay here. Now, we also have another new type of
Lamp.
growing lamp. They've been around for a while, but they're really becoming more mainstream, and that's a ceramic metal halides. A lot of people are using this either as veg, some as their primary
as
light
flower.
source, but as supplemental because it tends
Right.
to really bring up the quality. We're talking about, a lot better bag appeal, a lot easier to go to the farmer's market and stoke people out on it. So
Healthier product. And I'm actually really excited about this one because it is something that, especially in Washington right now, people who are purchasing ceramic metal halides are getting about a $200 tax rebate because CMH, LEC, also known as ceramic metal halide, was originally used for street lighting, used for garage lightings, whatnot. And so it saves a lot of energy, a lot of electricity, but it does give you the quality of lighting that you actually need. You're getting your blues, your greens, your reds, your oranges. It's basically a full rainbow of color.
Oh my God, it's got full rainbow. Yeah.
Well, when you look at the color chart going across the entire board, we've seen it before when we saw the
just
DNA
show the
lighting
chart.
guys. They had a higher wattage ceramic metal halide. But go ahead and hold it up to the camera so they can see it
Yeah.
here if they don't have it.
The closest. It's the closest to
no
replicating the sun.
There's no
Correct,
peaks
yeah.
and valleys. There's a couple, but compared to the
Peaks and
traditional,
valleys.
it's more uniform
These
across
are the
board.
plains.
And people get stuck in a little hole of thinking, oh, I just need blue. Yeah, like Dr. Duff gets stuck in a hole once in a while on his anniversary.
K-holes.
And we've got to send out the rescue party, Cali Breeze and his boys.
That's ketamine from Cali Breeze.
For some reason, Dr. Duff comes back with a bunch of bruises on his face.
I jumped out the window once,
Yeah.
but I
Where
don't
was I?
remember.
So plants have evolved under the sun, right? And we get stuck in this mode of thinking just blues for veg or just reds for bloom. But if we can provide a more complete spectrum during the entire growth and bloom process, your plants are going to be ultimately healthier than just being narrowed down to one or the other. Now, through studies, we found that plants do use more blue or red during different times, but that doesn't mean that you should forego the rest of them. And you could get that by using MaxPar, Nanolux system. Is it 315 watts that we have?
Yeah, so they're It's 315. We have a 4K and a 6K. People, I'm sorry, 3K and a 4K. I don't know why I said 6K. 3K and 4K. People are using the 4K more so for veg, and then for flower, you want to use 3K because you don't want that much yellow in flower.
Dope. Now, also people are loving these for vegetative growth too. They're lower wattage, less heat, and
Saving electricity. In the long run, you're saving money because
do the bulbs last longer with those as well?
standard is 1 year for every bulb, and that's it's a preference. But standard for all lamps should be 1 year, or 1 year, along with hoods. Standard 1 year.
Awesome. So we have those available. We also have the double-ended technology. You guys redesigned everyone's favorite lamps now. Not lamps, but fixtures and lamps combination. You took the ballast, rather than being vertical. You made it horizontal so
Right.
you can get the fixture up higher to the ceiling. So you have people with low ceilings can still run the double-ended fixtures. You have a very specific hood that now has a replacement hood as well.
Yes.
And you have a dual double-ended 600 and now a single 600-watt double-ended. Tell us about everything.
All the fixtures that we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what applications would we use them in?
That's a great question. Okay, so the double-endeds you would obviously use. It's a double-ended fixture, so that's more for commercial use. We do actually have now it's a DE, but it's a 120 volt and has about a 4x4 hood. So it's a deeper hood. It's a little bit. You're getting the same traditional par value as the traditional 240 DE fixture that we came out with first, but the hood is deeper. It's more you're getting the same par value, but it's a deeper, larger hood.
It's for those guys
a
that are running their
4x4.
garages or their bedrooms.
Yeah, and it's a 120 volt. So.
Yeah, so they could plug it into their house circuits without having
Right.
to do rewiring.
Right.
Cool.
And then you can actually separate our ballast from the hood with a traditional IEC lamp cord, maximum 15 feet. We do have a few new things that are coming out as well, so stay tuned. We'll be talking about some new innovative designs of some of our fixtures. So stay tuned for that. Definitely plug into our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, nanoluxtech.com and Nanolux Technology. Like us on Facebook and Instagram, please.
Yep, and Nanolux has been making huge strides, especially with large-scale commercial growers, both in Oregon, Washington, and Colorado.
Yeah.
Completely compatible, and is it EL or UL listed?
It's all of our products are UL listed. It is ETL certified as well.
So when the big commercial guys set up and they get a inspection by the whatever department to make sure
Yes.
it's all compatible, your fixtures are, boom, right in line.
Yes, and I actually got a question about that the other day. So we are ETL certified. Yes.
Yeah, and the best feature of all the products, we could turn on a light and make it happen, but if you're running large systems,
Right.
and you want to have eyes and ears there when you're not there. If there's a malfunction that your plants just don't burn up, if you have your cooling system go down, your plants are able, or your ballasts are able to recognize that, and they actually turn themselves down. We have the NCCS system, wireless system,
Yes.
that you can control all of your lamps up to a few hundred,
Actually,
right?
yeah, exactly. So you can. It's a completely free software that you download on nanoluxtech.com, and if you actually want to test it out, you can go on our website, download the demo version, and kind of play with it from there. But it's a completely wireless system. The only time you actually need internet is to download the software, and then you can completely shut off your Wi-Fi or your internet. Controls up to 999 lights from a completely free software, up to 665 feet. There is a high temp shutoff, so you do. We want to be as close to Mother Nature as possible, so we have sunrise, sunset, and all of our ballasts also have an internal high temp shutoff, which is great. So for safety, it's a backup feature.
That's awesome. And that control, not having to wire everything with telephone lines
Right.
or coaxial cable or whatever it
Cleaner.
is.
It's like no-till.
Coconut water, bro. It's awesome. NanoluxTech.com. Lindsay is the woman over there in Southern California. If you're in Southern California and you want your shops to stock Nanolux, is it all West Coast or just Southern Cal and North?
Well, I'm all of Southern California and Las Vegas sales rep.
Okay, so if you know anyone not stocking Nanolux, have them contact Lindsay. Get these products into the store. Excellent margin for the stores, but you're also giving the customer something that works outstanding.
Yes.
So when, as a store owner or a customer, you want something that works. You don't want to be sold a bunch of mumbo jumbo. You don't want DMX to come over to your house and be trying to smoke crack out of your pipe or out of your bulb. So
Out of your metal halide.
yes.
And one really dark night, my homies came to your house.
Hey,
Good
Lindsay,
thing gases
to
won't
your
explode in his
back
body. It's
door.
safe.
we have a couple callers that want to talk to you about double-ended.
Sure.
Tucker in Massachusetts, first caller of the night. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Tucker.
Oh.
Happy the holidays, guys.
So
Hey,
what's
Tucker, what's going on?
Nano ballast question.
Uh-huh.
For the 1,000-watt DE ballast, digital ballast, the manual online says that it will only light HPS bulb. Will it light a metal halide?
Yes.
It will.
Yes.
Okay.
Add water.
well,
All right, and I got a follow-up question to that. Can you run that light with a 600-watt bulb in it in like a 7-foot ceiling height?
so are you asking, can you take 1,000 watt and dim it down to 600 and put a different bulb in it?
Yeah, throw the 600 watt bulb in there, dim it to 600 watts, and run it at about 7-foot ceiling height.
I don't know if the fixture can do it, but I know Chris and I would have.
It's dimmable.
I know it's dimmable, but I believe
7 foot. First off, 7-foot ceilings. It is minimum 8 feet ceilings just for safety. How high are your canopies?
About 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah. I personally wouldn't run any DE fixture with 7 feet ceilings.
Yeah, and I would never take a higher rated ballast and put a smaller bulb in it and dim it down just for the fact if I accidentally turned it up, it's going to explode the ballast and or not the ballast, it could destroy the ballast, but it will destroy the bulb and your plants.
Yeah.
You want to be, you would put 1,000 watt in there and then dim it down, but the problem you have with that is these double-ended,
They're meant for commercial use.
they need to be excited to their full potential.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not getting the magic.
Yeah, and you know,
And what I would do actually is I would look into we have OGs, which are excellent ballasts.
Excuse me.
It's the OG. It's
Okay, yeah, no,
really
I heard
popular.
that.
I got
gotcha.
OG.
Yeah, so I would do that, and we actually have a I don't know if you're familiar yet, but we have a SCDE lamp, so it's a single-ended, double-ended lamp, so it actually pulls the same micromoles as a DE fixture, so it's roughly 2,100 micromoles, and our OGs will run that as well. So you may want to look into that because you can just mount that on the wall.
this call brings up a great topic. A lot of people are like, oh, double-ended. Oh, let's run some double-endeds. If you're not running multiple lights, like 8 minimum, probably 12, 16, 20, 30, 40, 100 of these things with really tall ceilings, it's not really made for you. Like, you're probably better off just getting a standard 1,000-watt light. It's really not that much better. It's just for a larger commercial grow. The way the reflectors are designed, it gives you a spread out, more even micromole pattern across a larger area. You don't really see the benefits of double-ended technology in single or double light rooms. You need multiple lights across a larger area to actually see the improvements of double-ended. And I think everybody now is like, man, I'm gonna get a 5x5 tent, man. Give me a 1,000-watt double-ended lamp and hang it on the top and put my plants on the floor, and it's gonna rock. It's probably gonna be worse than just running a regular standard 1,000-watt.
Do you guys have a 600-watt double-ended?
We do. And Tyler, I'd also recommend looking into the 630 CMH or the 315, because you could run a 315 or a CMH as well. You're still getting high quality product. You're getting the full spectrum of lighting. So I would, since you have 7-foot ceilings, I would personally look into doing a 315 CMH or an OG ballast.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works.
All right, Tucker, where do you shop at, dude?
High-tech hydro in Shrewsbury, Mass.
Nice, high-tech hydro. All right, first caller of the night. Do you have a double-ended fixture already?
Do I? No, but I can't go with a double end because my ceiling height's not high enough.
That's right.
Yeah, but I was wondering if you
trick
had one.
question.
That was a trick question.
Well, I was thinking because he asked about putting a metal halide in one. I was thinking maybe.
No, I'm working with a 400 HPS and 400 metal halide, both magnetic.
How big of an area are you
10-year-old
growing in?
ballast.
How big of an area are you growing in?
He's got 10-year-old magnetic ballast. Dude, if you just got new ballast, your yield would go up.
I'm doing
Magnetic
like a
ballast
5x7.
depreciate a lot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
A 5x7.
Like a 5x7.
5x7, man. I'd look into running like a couple of those ceramic metal halides in there.
Yeah.
The CMHs are pretty dope.
You're going to be stoked on it.
No.
Okay, cool.
In a 5x7, I might run 2 630s.
Way better than an LED.
I would do
Yeah.
like two.
All right, let's start you off tonight. I'm going to send
540.
you a Mills starter pack that's got the bases A and B, the Start R, the C4, and the Ultimate PK. I'm also going to send you some
Nice.
green pad CO2. Hang them up, give them a squirt. CO2 is going to rain down onto your plants.
Very nice.
Increase your photosynthetic uptake. Also, I'm going to send you some transport, so whenever you spray anything on your plants, it gets directly into it. For the best
Merry
results,
Christmas to me.
mix the transport with the Rev and the Watts, formerly known as
Megawatts.
Go to Optic Foliar, learn more about it. And I'm going to send you some nitrozyme and fossil fuel from HDI. And for shits and giggles, I'm going to send you a Blue Lab pH pen. $120 value. Get bluelab.com. A blue lab pH pin, Tucker. Smoke weed every day. Thanks, Doug.
What?
Merry Christmas to you.
He's like, I'm growing peaches.
Of course. Peaches and cream. Junior from Hemet has another question about double-ended technology.
Junior!
What's going on, Junior?
How's it going?
Awesome. How are you?
Hey, man, hold on. Wake up, man. Shake it off.
Hey, little sleepy, you're on, man.
Yeah, no, it was just, I had a couple questions. I kind of missed some of the information you guys were just talking about. I want to run one of the new double-ended setups, but I am in a 4x8 tent, so I don't know.
So as I just said, it's a waste.
I'm in a
It's a
two-man
waste.
tent.
It's not intended for running in small areas with single or double reflectors. It's meant for running larger setups, 12 lights or more with very high ceilings that you can spread the light out over the canopy.
I hang mine in the Sequoia National Forest.
If you're in a 4x8, look into running 2 of the 630s.
Absolutely, yeah. You'll get benefit.
Okay.
You guys
And
think I'm
then I
joking?
do have a room that has a 10-foot ceiling, so would that be good enough?
How big is the room?
It's like 10 by 10.
Are you going to run?
A 5K?
Yeah, I mean, how many lights? Just one, like again, I said.
He said,
You-
yeah.
In a 10 by 10, you're going to basically get 2 or 3 double-ended lights to cover that whole entire area, and it's not going to be as consistent and equal of lighting because it's designed for much larger spaces. Each light will cover about a 5 by 6 area, but that's at a certain height of technically around 4 feet above the canopy, and by having multiple lights that cross throw their light across each other's light pattern, that's how you get the equal high UMOL lighting across the entire canopy. And a 10 by 10 is basically too small of an area to really see the benefits of upgrading to DEs.
That's Horty's opinion.
Okay.
That's Horty's Pimpin' 101. That's what it is. You think it's an opinion, that's pimpin'.
No, we heard that from Emily as well. Now, Lindsay, Lindsay told me earlier, my name's Lindsay, like I didn't know already. But you said this new hood, it's a little bit deeper, has a little bit different spread. Is this for smaller gardens?
No. This is the CMH.
Okay.
So
but-
this hood, you're getting the same, about a 5 by 6, obviously depending upon how you actually spread your lights.
Okay.
So you can, you can actually, we do light layouts. So if you guys have specific questions on how you should actually lay out your lights to get the full benefit, please contact us, and our contact information is nanoxtech.com, and we can do a whole light layout. And for it's very specific towards each individual person. So, or individual grow. But this one right here is the ceramic metal halide. So it's 315. So it's a 630. And you can. It's same, about a 5 by 6 as well.
Nice. And
5 by 5, 5 by 6, depending upon how you spread
Junior,
it.
Lindsay did bring some things for us to give away tonight. We have some metal halide bulbs. We also have some radio frequency filters, which if you're using dirty old school digital ballast, you're probably broadcasting to the world where your grow is. Anyone with an AM radio can know. The RF filter takes out all that static noise and makes it a clean signal from your ballast all the way to your bulb. And did I say that right?
Well, yes, kind of.
You're looking at me kind of like, no, motherfucker.
Well, okay, so the RF
Throw it to me, T.
The RF frequency, obviously every ballast is made differently, so we can't guarantee that it puts every ballast within FCC compliant, but it'll put it very close, if not in. So you can, so it has an input-output filter, and you put it in every ballast that's not ours, that you're getting a higher RF, and it will diminish, if not completely just get rid of the RF frequency.
All right.
Sounds good.
Junior, what do you shop?
Hydrozen and Hemet.
Hydrozen, brother.
Oh.
I'm going to send you some Jiffy plugs to get you started right. The culturalists around the world trust Jiffy. I'm going to send you some Rhizo gel, the cloning gel to go with those Jiffies. Get those white roots going. And the new Rhizo Blast that's made with a proprietary algae that's grown that's only used in that specific product. No hormones, no plant growth regulators, completely free of all those nasty things that are used in other silver and gold bottles on the market. I'm also going to send you some Smart Pots, the only fabric pot we fuck with. I'm also going to send you some Vermicrop PK Boost, the new dry fertilizer amendment. Go ahead and dress it on the topsoil. Spread it out, mix it in a little bit so you don't get caking on the top. And then you can water with fresh water. No problems. And of course, I'm going to send you a Nanolux RF filter to keep whatever digital ballast you're running as clean as possible.
Nice.
All right, Junior.
Until you get Nanolux, which is fully FCC
That's
compliant.
right. Thank you, Junior. Merry Christmas, Doc.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
All right, 562-653-0707 is the phone number. Before you go, Lindsay, tell us what's coming up in 2016 for Nanolux.
2016, we have our app that's actually going to be released. It will be posted, and obviously all the stores will know what's going to be or when it's actually released. But we have an app. So within the software, like I said, controls up to 999 lights from a completely free software you download on nanoluxtech.com, up to 665 feet. There's an app that's also going to be connected to the software that you'll be able to, and first off, eventually in the long term, we're going to be able to integrate CO2, EC pump, camera, all that good stuff. That is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And then also with the app, the cool thing about it is you'll be able to, some people are very particular, like they want to turn their lights on, let's say at 6 and then peak it at 6:05 or something like that. Ours, online right now on the actual software, we want to be as close to Mother Nature as possible because the sun just doesn't peak immediately. And so it peaks at 6:30. So if you want it to come on at 6 to 6, you do 6:30, it peaks all the way on. So, but the app will give you the ability to be more detailed. So 6:05, 6:10, things like that. And then also you'll be able to turn on the Wi-Fi on the app so you can actually sync it, and it syncs to satellite, so then you can actually manipulate your software, and if you need to change anything online, you'll be able to do that through your app and then shut off the Wi-Fi immediately.
So all the people that are going to be showing off that they're at the brewery and they're like, look at me, I'm controlling my set right here.
I'm going to dim my lights because it's like clouds just came by.
Exactly.
Kids.
Cloud system.
Hey, look, Dr. Duff's dumbass is over there watering. I'm going to fuck with him, turn all the lights off. Pink.
Does it have the green flash?
Yeah, how do you simulate the green flash, Lindsay?
All the details will be coming soon.
We're fucking with you.
That's Mother
Ask
Nature.
Emily. Ask Emily.
Hey, I am so stoked that you guys are part of the show and that you graced us with your
excited.
presence tonight.
Thanks for having me.
2016 is going to be very prosperous for all of you, I know.
Yes.
NanoluxTech.com. Thank you for coming, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Yay! It's break time. Break 30.
And, of course, we are dedicating this next song to Horty Chris. Listen to these messages from our sponsors. We'll be right back with more guests and more grow knowledge. Heavy T's Grow Show.
DFZ Radio.
Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where those treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow, But then I am dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright. And may all your Christmases be white.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and the children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write.
DFCRadio.com.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Yes,
in your
exactly
house,
right.
then I don't give a fuck. I'll burn this bitch to the ground. You won't. This is my motherfucking house.
This is why
I'm from Long Beach, bitches. I don't know. You guys be claiming this shit coming from everywhere else that you come from.
Long Beach. We certified.
But you
Well,
can,
get 'em
you can
coming
claim
up,
all the
get 'em
shit that
coming
you
up.
want to claim. Motherfucking born and raised, Long Beach community, fucking Wilson graduated LB State, bitches.
Damn.
By the way, somebody cut Tyler off.
Smoke weed every day.
Can I give 3 shout-outs to 2000?
What's up, everybody? You're listening to Heavy T Grow Show. La, 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 la.
Hey man, how's it going? Welcome to Johnson Grow Lights.
Hey man, I'm looking for some new LEDs.
Oh, you gotta check out this new CXB8. It's an LES.
LESs, what are those?
The LES is a light-emitting surface that gives off a natural-looking white light, unlike your typical purple light LED with red or blue spectrums.
How much energy does it use?
That's the great part. At 450 watts, at 120 volts, you're gonna get the equal yield to a 1,000-watt setup, at the same time producing 80% less of the heat.
Wow, so that's gonna save me a lot of money on my electric bill.
That's right. HID fixtures typically use a single lamp and reflector. Our lights have multiple sources, promoting better penetration and a more even light spread. A more even light spread contributes to the plant's ability to absorb the provided light. If efficiency and quality are your goals, this unit's for you. There's no unit on the market that combines this much intensity and ease of environmental control in one package. Check out johnsongrowlights.com for more information.
Heavy T loads us up every Wednesday night.
Check out what Pepe dropped over here, eh?
Pepe, thanks for those pads, man. That shit is tight, eh?
Hola.
Hola, hey! Green Pad Jr. here, letting you know you put me in your clone dome, I make your rooftop poppin'. That's right, I'll be making you go big later on in your life. Get the Green Pad Jr. now. That's right, Green Pad Juniors.
And then when you take it out, man, you hang me up, Mr. Big Green Pad. Hang it up above your plants. Shower my CO2 all over your plants. Easy CO2 means bigger fruits.
Holy shit!
That's right, get us at greenpadco2.com, eh?
No! Yeah! All right, Chivas! I love soccer! I was looking...
GreenPadCO2.com. That's GreenPadCO2.com.
Chivas!
GreenPadCO2.com.
Jeez.
Monsanto repoed my hydro store.
Hey bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula, formulated for aggressive growth and superior blooms.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, man, tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
Heavy T is freaking awesome.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky rooster timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With NanoLux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to NanoLux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a duff man. For more information on NanoLux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com. I'll show you that artichoke, bro. You're going to be amazed.
Hey, Duffman, did you hear about Mills?
No, what's up?
It pays the bills.
That's what's up.
MillsNutrients.com.
We're listening to EFC Radio.
Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
DFCRadio.com.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing.
Great tidings, Natty Jet bring you on a dance all New Year. We skank and rock it to the rhythm. We rock and we rock the rhythm. We scrub and we rub and we dub-wise and a happy dance all. We bring you a Merry Christmas. We bring you a Merry Christmas. We bring you a Merry Christmas and a dance all New Year. You love up, you rub up on a Christmas. You rub up, you scrub up on a Christmas. You rub up and you dub up on a Christmas and a dance all New Year. We wish you Merry, 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 Merry Xmas on a broke pocket day. Not even 1 cent to buy a little toy. We dance and rock it to the Xmas. We rub it and scrub it to the Xmas. We rub it and dub it to the Christmas. On a broke pocket this year. Everybody gonna jump and a shouting. Everybody gonna jump in and a shouting. Everybody gonna jump in and a shouting. And Ben Johnson dear, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and dance all good. Everybody in the dance all singing. Everybody in the dance all rocking. Everybody is skanking and a rocking and a broke pocket dear. We rub up and a scrub up and a skanking. We skank and a rocking and a moving. We move and a rocking and a dub-wise and a happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy dub-wise. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a
Merry Christmas and a Merry Christmas from the Bop Bop land down under. Wait, mate, that was a legendary song. We play this. Hold on, Dr. Duff. We're going to play a little game now. We're going to have you put on this basket hat courtesy of my wife. And everyone's going to get some balls to play with. And courtesy of your wife.
Crikey.
Crikey. All right, Dr. Duff.
Man, what do you mean? That's not how you do it?
Oh, now you broke it, Devin. We had a squeaky price. You know what? Since the game got screwed up, we'll get it fixed up. But to all the ladies out there, we want to bring you a very, very special message for this Christmas of what Cali Breeze can do for you. Cali?
Two other messages waiting. Next message.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Only Santa Claus knows how much I've asked for a big ass, long black dick every Christmas.
Oh my Lord.
Hey,
are we done here? Because I'm losing my buzz.
Beautiful I am. I definitely have pictures to prove it.
One to replay.
Jicka.
3 for one-on-one, 4 to
Pussy.
skip, 5 to block, 6 to re-record.
And another dumb
7
slut gets
set caller
herpes.
status. Record your message at the beep. Since you're a star, press the star key when you're done.
It's your lucky day, ho. It's your motherfucking lucky day, ho. Christmas is here and I got a long dick. Christmas is here and I got a long dick. Dick for you and I got dick for days. Hey, ho, ho, ho.
He does got dick days because according to Kylie Breeze, he does not juju. He saves it all for you. Yeah. Thinking of that, we still have that beat in there, right? That Sesame Street beat in there. Our next guest fancies himself a full-time representative for General Hydroponics, but a part-time rapper. So we're gonna hear what Devin from General Hydroponics could lay down on the Sesame Street beat. You got that, Saint? You ready, right?
I'm pulling it right now. You know, production.
Yeah, I was here at 5:45 earlier than Hardy Chris. I was actually seeing the new Star Wars movie.
We're ready.
I won't talk about it. Go ahead, Devin.
I normally, I was gonna take it to the streets, but I don't rap for free either, so I'm just gonna talk on the mic. Sunny days, everything's okay. Duh.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, here we go, had a very shiny nose, what, like a light bulb, and if you ever knew him, what, he would jack your ass like me, what, and I get all my crack from Horty motherfucking Chris.
Okay, sorry, Devin, put you on the spot. I had to finish my pizza, bro. I can't just eat it in the mic.
Here we go.
Is that pizza or a burrito?
Well, how many burritos, we can talk about, how many burritos died on the air last year, or 2015?
Probably
Definitely
2 or 3.
Yeah.
I know one for sure died.
There was no coming back.
Annihilated.
2 bites. Oh, you know what you want to do is you want to put a potato slice and put it upside down, and if it's gnats, the larvae will crawl into it, and if it's root aphids, they won't. I love A Girl in a Garden. Check it out on Tuesdays for more burrito action. All right, General Hydroponics in the house. It was a big-ass year for General Hydroponics.
Speaking of big, look how short this mic is. I wonder who was sitting here. Lindsay, is this seriously how short she is? Was she standing when she was on the mic?
Yep.
Jeez, hold on, let me.
She's usually kneeling when she's on the mic.
Oh, horrible. Oh.
Is she still here?
I don't know. Fuck.
Damn, she's throwing up fucking F you from the window over there at you, Horty.
Oh, no. Okay. But a big year for General Hydroponics. You guys merged with the Hawthorne Group, or were bought out by the Hawthorne Group.
Acquired, please.
Ross, the head of the Hawthorne Group, what's his name again?
Chris.
That's Chris Hagedorn.
Chris, yourself, Luke. I think Matthew came down as well, and we did a whole special about the acquisition of General Hydroponics by the Hawthorne Group. You guys got a lot of hate during that time.
We got a lot of people tuning in that day, didn't we?
Yes, we did, but we did.
Thanks for showing out.
And what we showed in that, I believe, was that GH is still going to be GH through all this. And what we said was it kind of brings what we all wanted, is that matter-of-fact legitimacy to the hydroponic industry. Basically, in my view, bringing the days of Operation Green Merchant, these type of things where the federal government would push around garden store owners, hydroponic store owners, and basically try to pin them into things. Now that we have big money, big business, looking at hydroponics as a viable source of revenue, that it takes the whole industry to another level. But
and it just justifies everything that we were told that we couldn't do, and it kind of flips it around and puts it on them. Because I don't know if you were like me growing up, but I was told that everything that we were putting into a specific plant and everything that we believed so much in wasn't really going to be a viable option for a career. But I mean, I think I speak for everyone. I say they were wrong and we were right, and that was the Lawrence Larry Brooks speech that we got was they were wrong and we were right. And
that's absolutely right. And so, but I made it. Since that show, the hate did continue, but I think a lot of people that use rationale and logic to make decisions took what was said and shown upon that away with, not such a bad feeling about it. And how has GH weathered the storm, and where are you here at the end of 2015?
Well, GH as a company, we've continued to strive. We were built for battle, so, we're not going to change our recipes. We're not going to do anything different. Everything's going to be business as usual. And what's made us so successful and what's added to our longevity of 40 years, and that's what we're going on is 40 years in the industry, is just our ability just to help growers grow really good plants. And as long as our formula doesn't change and our people stay the same, the end is limitless. We could go as far as we want to take this. So to all the growers out there that have been super loyal to us over the years, we appreciate it more than you know. Growing speaks louder than people's words. We put our money where our mouth is many times, and we appreciate the loyalty now more than ever.
Yeah, and most people think of general hydroponics, the traditional 3-part bottled nutrients. They think, okay, and even though you have a great synthetic dry line with the Maxi Grow and Maxi Bloom and Cool Bloom powders, which can work great in hydro soil or whatever. There's a movement towards being more sustainable. There's this no-till movement, which I can speak on during the Ultimate Grow fails. But and where that actually came from, my boy Dutch from the Horty Club did a little bit of research. Actually has a degree in horticulture and broke it down for me, which I hope to have him come on and break it down for you guys in the near future. Anyways, most people think of that bottled nutrients, hydroponics. If I use this in soil, I'm poisoning the earth, I'm salting the earth, yada, yada, yada. But you guys took that and said, look, we started a brand called Vermi Organics, 5-6 years ago, right? Or even longer, 7-8 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe.
Longer than that. They've been established for a while now. Shout out to Ross and Will and everyone up at Vermicrop, John.
But all this organic movement is really coming to a head, I feel, or to a fruition more just recently. You guys had the foresight to see that this movement was coming, and now you guys have a complete line of dry organic fertilizers. Tell us about those.
Yeah, and so once again, we're ahead of the game. We're revolutionizing things, and what we've got right now is a soil amendments setup with an all-purpose grow bloom fertilizer. We have a grow-specific fertilizer, a bloom-specific, and one of the things I'm super excited about is our organic CDFA-certified PK boost. And all the products are CDFA certified, which means the California Department of Food and Agriculture has certified all of our ingredients as organic. And those aren't just, where they test everything at once. Each one of those individual ingredients are certified. So registered in the Organic Material Index. And, we're really proud of this. We're setting trends. We're not following them.
And this isn't some big caked up mess that you're going to be working with. You guys use pure materials. They're finer, so you have them more readily available to the plant. You top dress and basically scratch it into the topsoil, so you don't have caking, and you can pretty much pinpoint, especially outdoors and greenhouses, pinpoint precise windows organically to really bring the plant to its full potential. Still, I feel that organics do not, and without years of experience growing the same plant in the same conditions with the same inputs, give you the level of control that hydroponic growing systems and using hydroponic nutrients do. But for all the guys that want to grow organic, or for your outdoor long season fruits, flowers, tomatoes, medicine, whatever, the Vermicrop's got you covered.
And that's what you get with our products. It's an organic product. You're going to be able to take your fruit to the market saying that it's certified organic, especially if you're using one of our CDFA certified vermisoils. So, you should have higher quality, and you should be able to get more for your product. And that's the name of the game with organics, is trying to keep it most natural your plant can be. Let its own natural profiles come through.
Hey, so, some people don't even like to use all these mixes, Devin, and aquaponics has really been taking off, dude.
You don't want to get me started, man.
You've been using aquaponics for a while, dude.
Listen up. So I'm bummed right now. You brought up aquaponics, but it's like, people don't understand in the wintertime how crucial it can be. I had a power failure at my house, and what was it, a whole 2 days, man. I lost about 50 fish, a whole bunch of beautiful white Nile, tilapia, all kinds of stuff I probably shouldn't have had. But, man, the thing with aquaponics is you can't be scared to kill fish. You're going to do it. You're going to kill fish.
Do you harvest the fish too?
Oh, absolutely. We have a fish fry-off any day of the week, man.
Invite me down there.
But what you get with aquaponics is the sustainability, where you can grow your own fish food and feed it to the fish. But what's even more, and I think intriguing, is the ability to have a hybrid aquaponic system, where you can actually add nutrients to it.
Is that no-till?
Yeah, that's all day, baby. Just no-till, just bubble it up.
So how do you add the nutrients to it? You can't just add it to the fish reservoir. You have to have like a mix tank.
There's certain things that you can't add to fish, but there are certain things that, with a little bit of research, we've found out that you can add. And
coconut water.
I'm not going to go out on a limb and tell you to dose your own system, but I'll tell you I've had extreme success with humic acid in my aquaponic system. Humic acid is great for plants. We know that's one of the things that's going to help your plant break down nutrients and absorb them. But one of the really cool things about humic acid is it's actually helpful for fish. It helps them be not stressed out in an overpopulated environment.
They're all tripping on humic acid, man.
Right, it helps them. It also helps them be able to heal from skin lesions.
Their third eye is wide open, Jorge.
And it also helps them promote breeding. So the thing is, you don't want to use a synthetic. You want to use an organic one if you do. So I'm not going to go out on a limb and plug anything, but we do have some products available with organic humic acid.
Dope, dude.
Aloe vera.
We'll get at Devin at General Hydroponics for all your grow needs and grow information. He's around Southern California all the time, out of the stores daily. Ask your store owner if Devin from GH is planning to stop by, or another GH rep is planning to stop by.
I'm out in Hawaii now, too.
Anytime soon, and I'll take you out there with me, bro.
That's my territory now. So shout out to Ohana Gardening, and shout out to all you guys. We're going to see you this year. It's going to be on.
Oh, bro, you send this Holly over here. He's going to get his jaw whopped for sure, bro. $1.
Bro.
Hey, Paul in Florida has a question about using cocoa. Hey, Paul.
Yo.
What's going on?
What's up, Paul?
Hey, a couple weeks ago, I heard you guys talking about cocoa. Should I buy it in the bag or should I buy it in the brick? I've been buying it here in the brick.
You're in Florida.
That's a super good question,
Get it
too.
off the beach, man.
And with
it's free.
With the cocos, you got different options too, because with the bricks, you can get something that's OMRI certified and organic that doesn't necessarily have the calcium nitrate or anything added to it. But with most bag products, you're going to have a little bit of a buffer in there. So it's kind of up to you to pick the choice. Do you want to go certified organic cocoa, or do you want something that's had a little bit of a buffer on there?
And I think the bags also will have like different grades, like super fine and
pith blends.
Yeah, the pith blends are different. So I think the bricks are typically all one like size of cocoa, if you will, where sometimes the bags will have chunkier chunks, longer fibrous parts. And then usually those will also have some perlite in them. Or you can do your own with the bricks. I guess it just really is up to you. The bags, it's already broken up. You don't really have to deal with breaking up the brick. You just dump it in the pots and go.
I'm in love with the cocoa.
Yeah.
Especially that Coco Tech PX.
Yeah, you want to get something
General
ready to
Hydro.
plant in that you don't have to mess with. Get the bag, dude. I'm all about high pith, lower fiber content. I don't want anything that can really capture the nutrients, because I'm going to be feeding as hard as I can in a hydroponic method that I'm giving everything the plant needs in the water in cocoa. With too much fiber, it's more woody. It can end up where you get salt buildups. The pith is actually super aerated as well, so with that you get a better substrate for colonizing microbes and mycorrhizae and other things that we like using. So for me, it's in the bag each and every time.
I mixed in a 50-50 with Purolite. Is that a good mix?
Yeah, that is. If you want to water more frequently, I would never go over 50%. If you don't want to water as often, you can't get to your garden every single day or even maybe a couple times a day. Add less perlite, and it will stay hydrated longer.
All right. Now, I mix a 50-50 mix, and I usually have to water like every 3 days. Is that too long? Am I putting too much water in? I'm using...
How big is your grow medium? How big is your pot?
My pots, I have 3-gallon smart pots.
And how big are your plants?
Right now, I'm in my veg state, and they're about 12 inches. I'm getting ready to flip them over and start scrogging them.
Yeah, at that size, dude, I wouldn't be tripping on 3 days. Once they really start boogieing, though, you probably are going to be watering every single day unless you have a root problem or they're on the floor where it's just staying too cold. Maybe the air is too cold. The plant's kind of stunted its growth and its uptake. That happens if you keep it too wet for too long. Heat up your temperatures a little bit in your veg right now. That will help it dry out a little bit quicker. And when dries out quicker, the roots will search for water more frequently, so your root zone will start exponentially growing faster.
Okay. Now I have one more question here. Is I usually use the Botanicare 3-part, but I got another room and I got some of that Uber. But I was going to try the Uber, but I wanted to know, should I still add the supplements like the cocoa? I mean, not the cocoa. I'm saying, should I still add the supplements like the CalMag?
Yeah, for some of our favorite varieties indoors, with the Uber, you're going to have to add some CalMag. You're going to start off that Pyro K at a real low dosage, just about 4 milliliters per gallon. And you probably won't need to go over that. If you start seeing a lightening of color of the leaf, that means you need to add more base nutrient. And then at the end, I do like to use something like the Cool Bloom powder for a ripening and hardening starting about week 5 or so.
All right. Now, I got some of this micronized. Should I start adding that to my plants to put some bacteria?
He has some mycorrhizae.
Typically, you do the mycorrhizae when you're transplanting. You dust the roots and you transplant it, and it helps colonize the roots. I don't know how effective it would be to try to add it to water and pour it in. That's not really how it's designed to work. It actually needs to make contact with the roots, and if you put it in water, typically it'll drown it. So it needs to be dusted on the roots. If you're going to transplant from your 3-gallon to a larger pot, you might want to remove the 3-gallon smart pot, dust the roots, and then put it into the new pot.
You can add it through water, but like Horty said, what you're going to have to do, add it to some water with some molasses and humic acid, aerate it for 1 to 2 hours with an air stone, and then water it through. You're basically making an active compost tea that way.
Okay.
Okay, but to get the most out of it, it needs, like Mycofusion says, dust the roots, take your mycorrhizae, dust the roots with it, put a little rhizocharge down in there, and then they add a supplement called BioJolt that stimulates the colony of your microbes to continue reproducing and gives them a little bit of a steroid shot in the arm.
Hey, what kind of crystals do you use in your garden?
Excuse me?
What kind of crystals do you use?
Crystals, I don't understand. You kind of went over my head.
Well,
right
I have quartz crystals, for instance, in mine.
He uses hippie crystals.
Yeah, it brings in energy.
It
and
realigns
good
his plant
vibes.
chakra.
It makes everything stronger. Better than silicone, silicis.
Don't believe this guy.
Paul, don't go buy crystals, bro.
He charges his crystals under a full moon.
No, man, there's healing powers. I never get bugs.
I'm sure there are.
Questionable advice.
Let's send him some of the Cocoa Tech A and B for you specifically with this cocoa. Let's send him some Turpinator to help make it AAA. You could also add that with that Uber, with the Cocoa Tech or with any other line. Do you have double-ended bulbs or double-ended fixtures?
No, I don't. But I have an OG hood, and I would love to try one of those. What is it, 680?
The 6.
Will it fit my OG hood?
No.
No, it won't.
Oh,
it won't. Let's send them some green pads, CO2. Hang that up, get the squirt on those green pads. And what do you think in the cocoa to go with that from GH, Devin?
On top of that, I think you need some liquid Cool Bloom. Keep them in the mix.
There you go. I'm going to send all that stuff to your local hydro store, which is what, brother?
Which is Urban Sunshine.
Maybe I'll send you a crystal and just try it out. Put it in your soil. For real, I'm telling you, it'll be the biggest yielder.
Screener. Merry Christmas, dude.
All right, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you, bros, too, man.
Right on, bro.
Moving on. Dr. Duff wants us to talk. Let's have him talk to his girlfriend, Jenny from Boston. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, guys. What's going on?
Same shit we do every Wednesday when you call.
Jenny,
I hear ya.
why haven't
Well,
you called me?
I wanted to ask you guys, I'm still kind of battling that PM, and somebody was telling me to mix the green care with a little bit of milk.
Is
Have
that,
you ever heard of that?
is that periodic menstruation?
If you use non-pasteurized milk, it supposedly will get rid of some of the PM. I tried it in the past, and then you know what my room smelled like? Sour milk. Yeah. Like we said, well, that's why you go get yourself some fucking Serenade.
The main point of using milk is it actually makes the leaf surface alkaline. So that's how it does. A mildew can't grow on an alkaline surface.
Yeah.
That's why you get
What
some
about,
Serenade. You're in bloom,
Serenade?
right? You're in bloom, right?
Serenade smells about as bad
Yeah, I
as
just picked. I'm
sour.
on week 3.
Oh, if you would have about a week ago, you could have used a sulfur burner. About a week ago.
Yeah.
Get some Serenade. It smells like dirty gym socks, but that's better than spoiled milk.
At week 3, I wouldn't have a problem using a sulfur burner, just because most of your flowers haven't been developed yet. The ones that are might have a little tinge of a nasty flavor, but compared to what's going to happen otherwise, like I feel like a spray in most instances now already, even though for smaller applications, hold on, for smaller applications can benefit.
She's not going to listen to you. She's a female.
For how, if you have any substantial sized garden, it's really hard to control with a spray because it's hard to get everything everywhere.
Right, but I don't think her garden's that big. Your garden's not that big, right?
Yeah, girl, how big is your garden, girl?
8-gallon undercurrent.
That's just my size.
Oh, she might be able to squirt it.
Yeah, you might be able to squirt those 9.
I found
I think I could fit in there.
Listen to some attack, too.
Like I said, I had it last time in flower. I cleaned everything, and I'm thinking that my amnesia, just because I've cloned it along the years, it's just getting older, maybe a little more susceptible to the disease.
That could be, but most of the time, powdery mildew comes from about 3 different things.
Dr. Dustwife.
Excess nitrogen in the leaf surface, extreme temperature differentials between lights on and light off, and lower light quality, and 4 things actually, not bright enough light, and not having enough air movement.
And
you create these little microclimates and leaves on top of leaves, and it's usually leaves that aren't getting direct, intense light, like off to the edges of the canopy and underneath the canopy that are affected by it first. So, like we've said before, try to keep the daytime and nighttime temperature as close to even as you can. Maybe cut back on your nitrogen a little bit. Add some more fans to the room. Increase the light levels, or make the garden smaller to increase the light levels if you can't add more light. But burn a sulfur burner. And also, even when you've harvested and all the plants are gone, there's still powdery mildew spores in there. There's powdery mildew spores in this room probably. So if you want to eliminate that in the future, run a sulfur burner for a couple hours. It's very, very effective.
What about a fogger, a pyrethrin fogger?
That pyrethrin is for pests. It's not for mold or mildew.
But I use it for mold.
So that's kind of like being oh, I broke my foot. I'm gonna pour some Robitussin on it.
I use that shit as deodorant.
Sulfur burner, but don't spray things with fatty acids and then spray sulfur. For instance, don't spray neem oil on your plants and then burn sulfur, or you could start a fire. But I'd get a sulfur burner. I'd get a sulfur burner right now and burn that thing for a couple hours in there with the lights out.
Don't spray Dr. Dust's wife. That's a fatty ass.
I would burn chestnuts.
What about, I heard it doesn't like to really grow under the HPSs, but more under the fluorescence. Is that true?
No.
I believe so.
Powdery mildew grows wherever it has large temperature differentials, high humidity, low light levels, high nitrogen levels, and not much airflow.
Yeah, it's all about prevention, but when you get it, that sulfur vaporizer, it smothers it and it covers the rest of the surfaces with a fine sulfur prill dust that powdery mildew can't grow on.
And it kills off the spores that are active in the room.
So, that's
just
what I would do.
make sure you cover all your scientific instruments in there. So if you have a CO2 monitor sniffer thing, if you have anything in there like that, cover them up with a plastic bag or take them out of the room when you burn the sulfur burner.
Okay. What about my ballasts? My ballasts are in a different room, but
hit them with a
those are
stick.
cover up and stuff too?
As long as they don't have fans in them that can suck the sulfur inside of them, they should be okay.
Yeah, but you turn everything off, fans.
Yeah, turn everything off, fans, pumps,
dehumidifiers,
everything, and you just run the sulfur burner for a couple hours in that room.
1 to 3 hours. Let it settle for another 2 to 3 hours before you go back in and turn on your fans. You're gonna have to wipe down all your bulbs and hoods as well. You don't want that sitting on there. It'll burn off a little bit.
You want to wrap your plants in tin foil.
All right, Jenny, I'm going to send you some Attack, which is a spray to help prevent and treat the outbreaks of powdery mildew from optic foliar. I'm going to send you some Transport to make it easy to use. Along with that Attack, let's send her some other things. Let's send her some Jiffy Plugs to start her business off with. And the Rhizoblast and Rhizogel to go with that. From our from the homies at Botanicare. So she can start all her grow off on the right visit. And for prevention, let's send her some Azamax from GH
Oh,
too.
we brought these gifts for you. They're from GH. They're from
Thanks,
GH.
guys.
Jenny, where do you shop?
Green Matters, Middleborough, Mass.
Green Matters in Middleborough.
Can you do your DMX Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer impersonation?
Yes, Jenny.
Where all my deers at?
Not-
Rudolph the
Mic
Red-Nosed
control.
Reindeer.
Come on, come on.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, that was awesome, Tom Brady.
There we go.
Tom Brady.
All right, bye, Jenny.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Here we go. Here we go.
Block her out.
Take all those gifts away from her.
Oh, yeah? Well, next year, the Super Bowl is going to be the Chargers and Niners, right, Devin?
Cam Newton's going to kick your ass. Here we
that's
go.
right.
Here we go.
Steelers Cardinals this year.
Yes.
No. Borland for the
No.
It's going to be the Redskins, dog.
Ted Ginn Jr. is going
Kirk
to
Cousins
score
going
all
wild.
over you.
Okay, Wicked Wild. Yeah, I
He's
saw the new
old.
Star Wars movie. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Probably won't.
I saw it on Pornhub.
I'm yelling.
Did I yell?
Dude.
Sorry.
That's all you ever do.
So, kind of disappointed. Not super stoked in it. No spoilers or anything, but, like,
It sucked.
Stormtroopers don't make jokes, bro. Like,
What?
Stormtroopers aren't flirty, bro.
Dude. there's-
Stormtroopers are.
That was Daniel Craig.
They're brainwashed, bro.
Yeah, well,
J.J.
there's
Abrams fucking up the fucking shit.
trying to give him
Bring
personality.
George Lucas back.
Stupid it was. I questioned it.
Your lack of faith, I find disturbing, Tyler.
Horty Chris wants to talk LED lighting with Eric.
All right, Eric.
I was yelling.
Eric in Michigan, what's going
What's
on?
your question?
Not a whole lot. I was just curious. I got one of the 6x6 tents there, and I have a buddy of mine that swears up and down by LEDs, and I was just curious if
Everybody knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Going into the budding stage, if should I with a 1,000-watt LED or 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium?
I mean,
you
1,000
know,
watts
I-
worth of LED is what? How many $1,000?
Well, no.
There we go.
Oh, it's not expensive? Oh, let me guess. Then it's a piece of shit Chinese one that the diodes are going to burn out on from Jump Street through your first harvest?
I think he said he paid $7.99 or something for it.
Yeah, my opinion of LEDs has always been the same. LEDs are the future. They aren't the present. The problems with them are they're very expensive. They pretty much a 200-watt LED is not going to outproduce 1,000 watts. You're going to need pretty close to wattage are going to need to be close to equal for you to have similar results. They tend to burn out. Diodes don't really last that long. People have problems with them. Once things start to burn out, you have to send the light back to the people who made it and have them replace it. Depending on how many they sold, they might have a fucking train line full of fucking
not getting a
LEDs to
loaner.
fix. So you're not getting a loaner. It might take them months to fix it. They might tell you that they won't fix it.
You're gonna end up buying
if
an
it comes
HPS
off of, if
anyways.
it comes off of Alibaba, then you're buying it direct from China. So who are you going to get to repair the thing? It's very expensive. It also produces heat because wattage produces heat based on BTUs of heat per watt. So you're not getting that much less heat, if any. It may be a little more efficient, so the heat isn't as great, but the heat is still there. And ultimately, it's just it hasn't reached that point yet. I mean, your friend? How many grams per watt is your buddy getting off of his LED?
Oh, he's selling it because he wants a HID.
He was only getting like an ounce off a plant, and I told him, I said, try and high for sodium, because that's what I go.
Yeah, but you can get an ounce off a plant and have 32 plants under a 4x4 area. So I'm not talking about how much per plant.
Dr. Dove tells
I'm talking
me,
about how
I
much
got a
is he
half pound
getting
off this plant under
how much is he
2,000
off of
watts.
How much is he getting off of the entire harvest off of a 1,000-watt LED?
It's a 10-foot
If he's
plant.
not getting 2 pounds or 1 3/4 pounds or more per light, then it's not any better than an HPS.
That's not how this works.
Right, exactly.
So your buddy's over there getting 4 ounces, and it's kryptonite, bro. And I spent $800 for a light that's probably the cheapest LED on the market.
So listen, for apples, at the end of the day, you're going to get 1,000 watts worth of growth or benefit from most LEDs compared to HPSs. So you're going to have same amount under the same conditions with the same fertilizers in the same area. If you put an HPS 1000 or 1000-watt LED, you're going to get damn near close to the same things. So to add the extra additional cost of it and then have all these additional problems that can pop up, I just don't think they're there. We have been beta testing a kind of LED light. It's a LES, a light emitting surface from Johnson Grow Lights.
And I'll be hooking one of those up after the first of the year.
Yeah, and we're actually going to have Steven Johnson on after this break. He's going to be talking a little bit about his specific technology they're using. And we were supposed to have an update from Vinny, so I don't know if he's going to call in and give us an update tonight. I hope he does. But we're going to talk to Steve. And so stay tuned a little bit, Eric. For in the meanwhile, I'm going to send you some things to start your garden off. I'm going to send you some smart pots. So you have the patented fabric pot, easy to grow in, especially drain to waste garden's awesome. Some green pad CO2 for the tent. Get your CO2. CO2 does matter. Green pad's a very inexpensive, effective way to see how CO2 will affect your plants. And I'm sure once you use them, you'll never go back. GreenPadCO2.com. To make sure you're getting the most out of whatever light you have. From Uber Nutrients, I'm sending you the RNA and FDS to increase your branching, internodes, closer spacing, and does cut down on your veg time. You want to grow that fire, Uber's got the ass.
Got that ass.
Uber's got the gas. Ubergrower.com. And I'm going to send you some Crazy Swell, too, because here's the deal, Eric. Crazy Swell is crazy. 3 times as concentrated as other Swell products on the market, all organic, specifically made for soil use. So if you're growing other methods, don't use it.
That's what I got right now in soil.
If I was you, man, I'd look into. I mean, if you don't want to run the HPSs, but you want to run something different, look at the ceramic metal halides. They are legit.
Yeah,
I mean, you might be able to run like.
That's when it saves the power. You know, that's what I'm looking for, is to save on the power but run high watt. You know.
Yeah, two or three of the 315s in an area like that will give you multiple sources of light above the canopy. It'll mix pretty good, and I bet you'll get really good results. I've seen results from it. It's just that, you know, for larger areas, which I'm more accustomed to, you have to buy 2 to 3 times the amount of lights as you would if you bought double-endeds for a large space. But in small spaces like yours, the CMHs run pretty cool, and if you can run multiple ones, you'll get better light output and coverage.
Now, I can use those for both veg and flower.
Yep. Where do you shop at, Eric?
Superior Grow Supply in Lansing.
Superior Growers, Scott and the boys out there doing it up. Hey, Eric, I really appreciate you, dude. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Talk to my screener, okay? And stay tuned for Steven's interview.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Mahalo.
And the same to you. Merry Christmas.
Meka Kaliki Maka is a wise way to say Merry Scrumptious to you. GH in the house. GH's going to stay in the house. We're going to come back with more people. We've got Jiffy Products in the house. We got Mark's Hydro changing the game out in Hemet. He's also brought a couple top-notch growers to come in and talk and sample some of the finest money can grow. Here on Heavy T's Grow Show, DFC Radio.
Dot your mom.
Dum, dum, dum. Save your fathers, rump dum dum. On my 9th day of Christmas, I drank so much ganja tea. I spilled my poo, it smelled like me. What am I singing about? Are we still on air? La 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 la. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Everyone looking happy.
DFCRadio.com.
Have you ever been interested in gardening with dry fertilizers? Well, you're not the only one, and let me tell you about Vermicrop Organics and their line of organic dry fertilizers. Healthy plants with a simple 4-step process. Step 1. Just measure out a half teaspoon per gallon of soil or 2 cups per 12 square feet of soil surface area. Step 2. Apply evenly to the soil surface. Step 3. Blend into the top layer of soil to avoid caking. Step 4. Water thoroughly. And that's it, simple as that. Great for vegetables, fruits, flowers, potted plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. It's Vermicrop Organics VermiVeg 744. Along with the VermiBloom and PK Boost, you will have a complete line of organic nutrients and a garden that will thank you with a great harvest. Looking for an even simpler way? Then check out the Vermiall 666. This game-changing mix is formulated for all stages of growth in the fast-paced garden of champion vegetable and flower growers. And check out the Vermi Bat Guano Fertilizer and the Vermi Blood Meal Fertilizer for feeding oversized, nitrogen-hungry plants. Learn more at vermicrop.com. That's vermicrop.com.
Heavy T is freaking awesome.
Botanicare is proud to introduce a revolutionary 3-part nutrient system that is the culmination of over 15 years of research and development. The Kind Plant Nutrient System. Designed by leading plant physiologists, this is the most versatile, effective, yet easy-to-use plant nutrient system ever created. It all starts with Kind Base. Kind Base contains nitrogen and calcium, but no trace minerals, magnesium, or sulfur. By placing those nutrients in the Grow and Bloom formulas, you have greater control over how your plants grow in your medium of choice. Using coco coir or RO water, just add more base to increase calcium levels. Growing in clay pebbles or rock wool, then just reduce the amount of base to ensure the proper calcium level. It's that easy. Kind Grow contains trace minerals and a proprietary blend of all natural ingredients to help maximize root growth, reduce internodal spacing, and create a lush canopy. Kind Bloom was formulated with the optimum phosphorus to potassium ratio. Your plants will have healthy branch and stalk development, accelerated flower set, and increased yields. Kind Bloom also contains magnesium to help improve photosynthetic efficiency, which is critical in accelerated growth environments. To put it more simply, Botanicare's Kind Nutrient System is the only nutrient system that is fully customizable to your kind of plants and medium. Botanicare Kind Base, Grow, and Bloom. Fully customizable. Any plant, any medium.
Nobody's safe with Dr. Duff lurking around the fucking expo. Nobody's safe.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a Grow, Bloom, and Boost. It's a super premium organic 1-part Grow, 1-part Bloom, and 1-part Boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bag soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1-part Grow, 1-part Bloom, and 1-part Boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go visit missionfertilizer.com to order a complete plant feeding set for 12 plants and also get 12 hula planters plus free shipping anywhere in the U.S. for only $99. The Grow, the Bloom, and the Boost and is only available to Heavy T Grow Show listeners for a limited time. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
Nobody's safe with Dr. Duff lurking around the fucking expo. Nobody's safe.
Hey everyone, Heavy T here with a great opportunity for shop owners and indoor gardening companies out there. Did you know everyday growers the world over grow more than 10 million plants with Jiffy products? Over the last 60 years, Jiffy has built a reputation of making growing media for the professional horticulture and farming communities. In addition, they now offer a full product range for the keen leisure gardener based on professional propagation techniques, but packaged for growers of all sizes. Whether you're a hobbyist or running a commercial farm, Jiffy now has you covered. Now Jiffy is making their highly demanded performance starting plugs available for private labeling to retail hydroponic and indoor gardening companies worldwide. Do you want to expand your existing brand name with an incomparable rooting substrate? Or are you a retail store looking to maximize your return on an investment without sacrificing quality? Then Jiffy is your company. In fact, most indoor and hobbyist growers recognize the brand names of Accelerooot, Super Sprouter, and Root Shooters, but what most of them don't realize is that those are private label performance trays made by Jiffy. Those companies know that having a partnership with Jiffy gives them the experience and know-how spanning decades and only the best professional quality for their customers, and you can know that too. Don't let this opportunity pass you or your store by. Contact Michael Brenner in Jiffy's Professional Grower Division at 1-800-323-1047 and learn what millions of growers worldwide already know by visiting www.jiffygroup.com now.
Hello, I'm Michael Brenner. I've been with Jiffy for 15 years, and as the head of the home hydroponic division for Jiffy, I've worked with growers all over the country. There's not a plant on this earth I can't propagate. Give me a call at 1-800-323-1047, and I can help you out. Thank you.
We wrote the wrong.
You may proceed with your questions, Mr. Matson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Smith, is it not true on the night of April the 20th, you took responsibility for 12 females, and that you immediately took those females and locked them in your basement?
Yeah, that's right. And you should have seen them, looking all pretty and such.
Yes, I'm sure they were. But could you tell the court what happened next?
I mean, I kept them down there, trying to keep them safe from the world.
But that's not all, is it?
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at, sir, is those girls were kept in a potting soil that was so low in nutrients that they barely had enough to survive. Are these the same girls that you did not plant in Sanctuary Soil's Empire Builder?
I didn't know about Sanctuary Soil's Empire Builder.
You should have known that Empire Builder contains all the nutrients those plants needed, as well as beneficial bacteria and fungus. You should have known that the guanos, worm castings, and over 20 micronutrients in Empire Builder would keep those plants vigorous and healthy. And you should have known that once the plants were placed directly in Empire Builder, that all you had to do was to keep the plants watered, and you would have seen amazing results.
I'm so sorry I didn't know.
Well, you should have also known that Empire Builder is now available in 2 cubic foot bags as well as by the truckload. Your Honor, I rest my case.
I have no choice but to find the defendant guilty of not using Sanctuary Soil's Empire Builder. Now get out of my courtroom.
Sanctuary Soil's Empire Builder. For more information, go to sanctuarysoil.com. Sanctuary Soil. Using anything else is criminal.
Yeah, that's how I do it, Saint. Live and learn, player. Live and learn.
DFCRadio.com.
Holy.
9. All is calm, and all
back from releasing bodily fluids. Speaking of bodily fluids, Dr. Duff is back with us. He's like the fungus of the show. I guess he's kind of good for the show, but he's still fungus.
Fun guy.
There's a fungus among us.
I just set Michael up for his joke, but he didn't take the bait.
I took a little bit of it.
You're supposed to say beneficial fungus.
Yeah.
Mike's a cool dude.
It's very important.
There is nothing like a beneficial fungus.
There you go.
That's right, straight from Jiffy Man's mouth.
Yeah.
Is that cool if I call you Jiffy Man?
It is. It is.
All right, Jiffy Man, hang on a little bit. We're going to talk about Jiffy. But first, let's go out to Tennessee, I believe.
Damn, that's far.
Steven. Are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Steven.
Hey, Steve, it's good to hear your voice again, man. How have you been?
Oh, good. How about you guys?
Real good, real good. So, we've been beta testing your Johnson Grow Light. Vinny was running one of it. The one that you sent out for Horty Chris is set to be hung up just after the holiday season.
Yeah, sorry to interject here. I'm traveling for Christmas and everything, so I wanted to make sure that I'm going to be home to run this test. So I've got everything pretty much set up, and right around the 1st or the 2nd, I'm going to set it all up and get it cracking.
Well, whatever, dude.
All right, so we're going to be giving weekly updates at that point. But everything that Vinny's told me is right on point. Says his plants are getting even growing so vigorously that a few times he failed to raise the light appropriately, and they grew up into the light, didn't burn at all. The leaves are constantly cupping at a 90-degree angle. Seem like they're just absorbing it up and growing very ferociously, vigorously, and with a real tight internodal spacing. Now, is that what we should be expecting from the Johnson Grow Light?
Yes, we should be expecting accelerated growth and tighter internodal spacing because we have a fuller spectrum, a lot more blue in there than what we're used to with typical HPS.
Nice. Now, did you hear the gentleman just before the break call in and ask about purchasing either a 1,000-watt LED or HPS? And we were telling him, listen, HPS is for the price at this point. That's probably what you're going to be looking at. But then we mentioned the LES technology you're using, the light emitting surface. Explain to us what the LES, how it is different from your traditional LEDs with all the diodes on a panel.
Okay, well, basically there's a few things that differentiate us from typical LEDs. We do use LED diodes on what is called a COB or a chip on board. But basically, the major differences is, say for instance, you have a panel that has 88, 100, maybe a little more 3-watt diodes. The problem is, you have these small, narrow bandwidth. They have a narrow footprint. So basically, you can't get the spread that you can out of these COBs with the lens system that we're using. So that's one of the major drawbacks. The other drawback is actually that most LEDs that are out there with the typical 3 and 5 watt diodes are using low quality LEDs. So basically, they're not very efficient. So with our system, say for instance the CXB8, it's 56% efficient at driven wattage versus say an EPA LED that you see in a lot of popular grow lights that have the blue-purple look to them. They're in the 20 to 25% range. So
the
that's
Barney
where
lights.
We're actually, yeah, exactly. That's where we're actually making the gains. Is we have a really top-end chip with
wider spread with that
Go ahead.
Johnson, right? Is that what you guys are getting in the game? So that's a wide Johnson.
He's telling you it's more efficient by double.
And then the real problem is that it's LED, right? That's the real problem. I mean, hey, Black Dog.
Cut him off.
Hey, Black Dog, where's my light?
Yeah, leave him off.
Yeah, I mean that really is the problem. Is like I said, when it comes down to it, is the quality of components used is one of the major factors. I mean, there are a couple purple blue LEDs that do okay, but then they still don't give the plant the proper spectrum. And in our particular favorite plant, they actually need a full spectrum. That green light that everybody preaches is oh, it doesn't need the green light, the plant doesn't use it. That's a falsity. That's very false. They do reflect, but basically about 10 to 15% of that light, but they still absorb 85% of it. So it is essential to the proper health and growth of our favorite species.
Booyah!
Got to be proper.
Nah. Like Horty Chris is just looking at his phone, is so blown away. Over there with his head down when I'm trying to talk to the screener. Actually, hey, why don't you go to line 1 and give that guy a call back? But let's get Vinny on the phone for a testimonial right now about what's going on.
Oh,
so
we gotta listen
Bill,
to his voice.
Bill, make that happen, please. Horty Chris, I know that you're anxious to be using this. When you're about to, what goes through your mind as a gardener of questions that Stephen should be able to answer from a grower's perspective?
I mean, really, the footprint, what's the coverage that I'm going to get from the reflector with the lights laid out the way they are? Actually, also wanted to ask you, what CFM do I need on the air ducts to actually pull the proper amount of heat off of the circuitry inside of it? How far it should be from the plants? Other than that, I mean, you're growing with a light, so, you don't want it too close. You don't want it too far away. You want to make sure that you have ample coverage for the reflector that you're using. If you hang a 1,000-watt light in a 10 by 10 area right in the middle of a room and then fill the place with plants, obviously it's not going to be conducive to finding the sweet spot of what you're using. So for me, it's basically just how much CFM do I need to pull the heat off of the circuitry in there? How far should I keep the light from the tops of the plants? And what's the coverage area?
Okay, so CFM-wise, basically a minimum of around 70. We actually, our demo unit that we take around, we build a fan into it so that we don't have to have ductwork and things attached. And we use a 70 CFM CPU fan, and it stays cool.
That's about half the CFM that's recommended for high pressure sodium lights, and they're up at about 150 to 250 depending on the wattage. So you're saving energy that way. So 70 CFM to cool it, and then how about the how close to the canopy, Stephen?
Okay, it really depends on the grow area. Of course, this is the light is actually kind of as you raise the light, it spreads. So basically, if you're trying to hit a 4x4 area with it, which would with what Horty has, the maximizer, that would be a pretty major amount of light in a 4x4. Honestly, it would really be. It's really close to a double-ended 1000 Gavita in photon output. So basically, 24 inches will hit a 4x4, 24 to 26, and 30 inches for a 5x5 area.
Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna do basically a 4x4 NFT system in a 5x5 tent, so I have a little bit of room for the plants to grow outside of that footprint. So I'm going to need to keep it about 30 to 36 inches off the top of the canopy. What kind of light penetration should I expect on that? I also plan on doing more plants, 12 to 16 plants, that I'm going to keep very short and top them frequently so I can just get a quick, even canopy to do the test with.
Just like his attention span.
But Johnson penetrates deep.
Right. Well, yeah, you're going to get very similar penetration to a double-ended 1000 again. It's like I said, it's the same amount of light coming out of the fixture, so the penetration should be very similar. It depends on what height you run it at. Of course, say in a 4x4 or 5x5 tent, if you're at 36 inches, you're going to get a little more diffused light off the walls at 36 inches than you would at 30 inches. So there is a little variable there. But with the lens system, we're getting very good penetration because, like I said, we have multiple light sources, and it's all you should get very similar results penetration-wise to a typical double-ended fixture.
Sounds like the
Cool. Hey, let's go to the phone lines. We have Vinny, a world-renowned grower and dumpster diver. Vinny Stone, you're on the air. You're one of the beta testers. Tell us what you are observing with your Johnson grow light.
Okay, so we're in a 4.5 by 4.5 foot tent with a 4x4 tray inside of it, maybe about 2 feet off the ground. We didn't have enough plants to fill the canopy completely, but definitely taking up, a good amount of it right under the light.
You needed to have space for that cardboard, right?
Yeah.
So we're in rock wool, and the rock wool 6-inch cubes are sitting on rock wool slabs, 3 slabs, which is nice because we were able to move them as they got larger. Because there was a point where we had, which it's kind of funny because it's cool that it happened because, you know, the best grower out there could still run a cycle where something bad happens, and how well is that light going to kick these guys back in gear, or is it going to make them even more stressed? And nobody would know that. In a perfect growth scenario, that's one thing. But when trouble happens, how bad, you know, is it going to get with this type of light? And we had a pH issue. We had a meter go out, and we ran maybe at like 5.0 for about a week, and realized like something ain't happening. Like something's wrong here. Once we got it back on track,
Kyle taking care of his garden.
it took about 6 days.
Hey, Benjamin came over and he was a black cloud. But you know, this happens. The difference between expert growers and novice growers aren't that things don't happen that can set you off. It's the people that have experience know how to deal with it. So Vinny identified it, and then you fixed it, and then what happened?
So about 6 days, they popped, and it was clear as crystal that there was no pH issues. Like, dude, they shot up. They shot up so fast, and
Breaking
like
Bad.
both wide and tall. I mean, we're talking every day leaves are at 45 degrees, looking like they're smiling at the sun. I mean, every day. I sent Steven a picture recently of a full canopy and a nice set of leaves with flowers on them. And it was like 20 minutes or 40 minutes before it was night time. And usually plants, you see them get, you know, whether it's, I don't know if it's light saturation. I don't know if they're just like, they know it's time to go to sleep for the next 12 hours. But 20, 40 minutes in, these leaves were still 45-degree angle staring right up at the sun. The biggest deal with this thing, though, that you'll notice right off the bat is it virtually has no heat associated with it. It got to be, apparently you have to run these lights a little bit warmer than you'd want to run an HPS, according to Steven. So if you wanted about 78 degrees with high pressure sodium, he wants you like 82, 83 degrees with this. I could not get the temperatures in a tent, and this light is supposed to be comparable to 1,000 watt. Could not get the temp in a tent over 77 degrees. We had to hook up an 8-inch fan from outside the tent, blow it into the tent, into the hood that had 8-inch duct thingies on it. And we did not duck out. We just we bought a power controller and turned the power down to 30% on an 8-inch fan, and it's just barely blowing through it, maybe 70 CFM, just to get some of the heat off the heat sinks and blow it into the grow space so we could get the temps up to 82. The highest I've ever seen them, and we're 4th week in flower at this point, and we did veg in there as well. The hottest I've ever seen it get was 83.
Okay, so Vin, at this point in the stage of it, you gave us a lot of the details. Are you sold? Are you on the fence? What is your feeling about the light at this point?
Okay. I don't know about you, but I've been growing since '98. I've taken a few years off so we could deal with the station and the show and all that. So it's my first run in about 3 years. But from what I can always recollect is I see flowers in about 14 days. On day 8, and I told you this off air too, on day 8 I was taking pictures because I was seeing flowers. Those ladies had spiked and there were flowers. Not on every single one of them, but there was some that showed flower with hair. And by day 9, all of them had it. And I was like, that seems a lot faster. From the time I flipped to 12 and 12, it was 8 days later, and I saw flower. And with that, I was like, I wonder if it flowers early. And if you get 6 cycles a year, you can make, if it flowers a week early, you buy yourself 6 weeks. You can almost get an extra cycle a year. Electricity-wise, so that in that sense,
well, we know too the cycles really depend on the genetics too. You're not going to take like a 10-weeker and make it a 7-weeker. A typical 60 days. Sometimes you can. get it to go at 55 or 56. But I don't know, Steven, is that a byproduct of using this light? Is there a maturation increase or acceleration when using a Johnson grow light?
Oh yeah. Actually, we are observing that right now. Yes, basically from feedback from other beta testers that we have around, we're seeing about a week shorter flower cycle on something that takes about 9 weeks generally. They're saying that they're maturing a little bit faster, So they're saying from 4 to 7 days faster, which is, I guess it's worth noting for sure.
Yeah. So it sounds like.
And I actually, go ahead.
Well, it sounds like Vinny is really digging it this far. We know that the proof is going to be in the final put-in, though, so to speak, is the weight coming off of that and the quality coming off of that. So, Vinny, you still got a few more weeks. Why don't we check in every couple weeks until you get done, Vin, and you could give us a step-by-step of what's happening.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I'd like to mention 2 more things that I think are fabulous about this light.
Yeah. Hey, can I mention something? If you need to get the heat up in your tent, heat it like Dr. Duff does, which he just has his wife come by and the friction from her thighs gives off a bunch of heat, and then he blows that into the tent.
Yes. How should I pump iron in my grow room? Okay. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Vinny's favorite thing I do is burp on the mic.
All right.
Yeah,
Two
I
things,
pump
Vinny.
iron in
It
mine.
makes the mic smell better.
Two short things, Vinny.
I give testosterone out in my sweat so the girls
Okay,
just crave
shut up,
it.
Duff. Turn them off.
Yeah, who turned them back on?
All right, go ahead, Vinny.
Only if I had a big
There's a lot of energy in this segment right now.
Go ahead, Vinny.
Only if I had
The electricity bill. Here, typically, when you run 1,000, you're running an air condition, especially if you're in a tent.
With the big
you're cutting
Johnson.
a hole in the side of the tent and sticking an air conditioner up into there. And I've never seen a tent grow look as good as this particular one, but there's no air condition involved at all right now. There's a dehumidifier involved. You're going to definitely need that. But as far as electric-wise, Southern California in an apartment, I guess you'll pay $250 a month when you're running 1,000 and an 8-inch and your air condition. You're probably around $250, $300.
Right.
My bill last month was $130.
Not bad, dude. Well,
and I'm seeing the same results that I would typically see of 1,000 and flower size and everything, with a few things that stick out. But as far as growing in a tent, I've never seen. We have no burnt tips. We got leaves basically sticking straight up in the air, just loving the sun. Temp stays right on time. Dehumidifiers outside the tent. It runs, keeps everything at 50%. And I don't know, you start adding up the electricity and the fact that you don't have to change the bulb every year and stuff. I think that alone is worth itself just in those savings.
All right. Well, we're going to talk to you in a couple more weeks, Vinny. You keep that thought fresh for us. We'll talk to you then.
See ya. Merry fucking Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. Happy Chanukah. Happy Chanukah.
Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell no, no. To the no, no. Hell to the no, no. To the no, 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 no.
He said
To
2
the
years,
no,
Crystal.
to the no,
He would know.
Oh, Steven, man. So there you had it from Vin. He's stoked on the process so far. We're going to have Horty firing it up here in the next week or so. Give out the website where people can learn more, Steven. Go for it.
It's www.johnsongrowlights.com.
Hey, man, and we're really stoked to be some of the first people in the nation to be trying this out and bringing this new technology to all the growers out there. Thank you for the opportunity, and you have a very Merry Christmas, you and yours.
You too, Heavy T, and I appreciate everything y'all are doing for me.
All right, brother. Stay safe this holiday. All right, 562-653-0707 is the phone number. Let's give Michael some time real quick because we have a special guest coming in at 9 o'clock and some more people in the green room. Duff, you have something to say?
Yes, just about Johnson, just real quick. It was the perfect arena to show off your Johnson, bro.
Cut him back off.
Jesus Christ.
Michael thought it was funny. He loved it.
Jiffy guy thought it was funny. That's a tough audience over there, too.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Michael's got a funny bone that you just tickle on your side
And
of the
it
table.
makes me laugh.
Jiffy products been on the market for freaking ever. World renowned for their horticultural products. Pretty much in every greenhouse, a mainstream greenhouse across the nation, you can find Jiffy products. That's what the peeps are growing in. And now you guys have made a good push into the specialized market, including participating in the Heavy T Grow Show. You came in and you gave a great offer to all the stores out there that they can buy a specific product that they could brand under their store brand names with excellent margins. And you guys are really making waves in the small hydroponic niche community. Tell us a little bit about the products that are selling well in the hydro industry.
The two basic products that we make, the Jiffy Performa plug trays, are now available in two different trays sizes, 50s and 36s. So you got your choice, two different trays.
Well, which one, as a grower, which one am I going to use?
It depends on what you want to do.
I'm a cocoa guy, drain to waste. I usually grow, depends on a 3 to 5 gallons smart pot for an 8-week cycle. So I want as much cocoa as possible. So would I use the smaller plugs then?
Well, if you really just want to just run with it, take a bigger size tray, take the big 36, root it up just like a baby tree, stick it in the smart pot and run with it. If you want to take them and put them into something a little smaller, put them in a 50 cell. And then from there, run with it as well. Both of them are going to work perfectly fine because they're cocoa peat blends.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Well,
what's it blended with? Because I know in others they use glue and other stuff to hold the peat together.
Well, we call it is a polymerized material, but it isn't quite very polymerized. There's 1% polymer in it, so it's 99% peat and perlite, and in cocoa. So even if it dries out, put a tray of water underneath it, and in a bottom 10-20 flat, run with it. It's all about running with it. You can't go wrong with it. It works so quickly and fast.
You know what I always find amazing as a store owner are all the growers out there that refuse to keep their own genetics around. I think because they are not very successful at cloning, and they would rather, or they don't have the space perhaps, but they would rather go to the nursery and purchase their plants when it could be much more affordable if you took your own clones. What do you think one of the biggest mistakes growers make when they're cloning, and what leads to their ultimate demise or failure?
I think people, they put too much into it. There's a reason the plant is a weed. And propagating them is fairly easy if you just let Mother Nature take its course. So if you start with something as simple as a good cutting, keep it clean, keep all the pathogens away, put it into a media that works, like the Performa trays that Jiffy sells, and whether you use a 50 or a 36 or whatever size cell you want to do, because that's basically a grower preference, leave it alone. Put it in, make sure there's water in the bottom of the tray, and put a dome on it, keep the humidity up, and run with it. It's so simple. It's pretty self-regulating material.
You think that they basically overdo it? I know a lot of times people foliar too frequently on their little ones, and it leads to dampening off because you have the heat from either the light or a heating mat. Put it in a little small greenhouse that's going to trap that heat. It stays wet where the actual tissue of the plant starts weakening, and the plant just basically collapses because mold starts growing right at the stalk.
You're turning that plant into a petri dish for mold, and what you're doing is you're just giving it too much of a good thing. You start with they're babies. Babies don't eat much. They eat just the little basic things. You don't need to fertilize the material that's in there.
Aloe.
Yeah, I mean that'll work. That'll work if you really want to do it, but it'll work.
Yep.
But it isn't something that's necessary. So you've got the basic baby plant. You don't have any roots yet. When you're going to get roots, when it's getting roots, then all it needs is a little bit more food. But it's going to get that little bit more food when it's out of the tray. So you're not going to really put too much food in the tray. You're going to leave it alone.
And the humidity from the Jiffy plugs or from the small amount of water down below will be enough moisture and humidity in the dome so the plant can stay hydrated through their stomas.
Exactly.
You don't have to keep squirting them with like a fire hose all the time.
I always tell people just spray the dome lid.
Good idea.
Just spray the inside of the dome. Don't spray the plants. put it back on, the water will run down, go into the tray, it'll evaporate back up into the atmosphere above it inside the dome. You're probably less likely to overspray if you're spraying the lid.
Yeah, and taking the clones from the most viable areas of the plant, the healthiest areas of the plant, preparing the mother plant before you actually take cuts so the tissue's ready to receive the message from the hormone, whether it be an aloe supplement or an IBA supplement, that it's ready to receive the message to start forming roots. That's important. And then cleanliness, of course, right? In gardening and taking our high-priced clones to mitigate the amount of pathogen or failure that's going to happen, sterility. Don't you think, Michael?
I do, and there's a reason that Jiffy and Perform our trays are only available with the trays. The media is only available with the trays. It's because in the horticultural world, you start contaminating something from the start. When it's a baby, again, going back to propagation, it's very susceptible to pathogens. Keep it clean, keep it brand new. You get a sterile media every time you start a new tray. That's the way to go, because I see a lot of people with all kinds of problems because you've got mold, you've got bacteria. That's a major reason for crop loss.
So, as a horticulturalist, what is your favorite plant to propagate?
Geraniums, scented geraniums.
And why?
I like smells.
Horty likes the smell of cocaine. He doesn't like the
Well,
way
you know, teach his own.
affects him. He just likes the
Whoa!
smell.
No, I've always said when people talk, whatever, dude. Nobody does drugs for the way they smell.
I was just joking. So, and what do you think the toughest plant to propagate is?
A lot of vines are a little bit tough to propagate because you have to form adventitious roots, and it's very tough sometimes in a vine kind of tissue. So,
and with those, the timing it has to be everything as well, because if the plant goes dormant, it's dormant. It's not going to start growing roots or anything. You have to take a plant that's actively growing, right?
Cycles, very important. Very important.
What's your favorite horticultural resource, either on the web or book form?
On the web, like everybody else, I just Google it. I just put the question in Google. It's so simple and easy. I don't know what else to say.
Everything comes up.
It comes up. I want to keep things very simple.
And you listen to Heavy T Grow Show.
I listen to the Heavy T Grow Show.
Ignorant.
Every Wednesday.
That's ignorant.
At 6 o'clock.
They're ignorant. No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Go ahead, Mike.
I do every Wednesday. There you go.
Oh, my gosh. Michael from Jiffy Products. Give him a call if you want the Performa products at your store. He's got great deals happening. Jiffy is an outstanding, reputable company. Give your plants the right start with Jiffy Products. Michael, thank you for coming through on
You're
our
welcome.
Christmas holiday special.
Thank you.
And I know Hanukkah had already passed, but happy Hanukkah to you too, brother. Do you want to give your information one more time if anyone wants to get a hold of you?
Sure. If you want to know what it's about to propagate, you can email me at michaelbrenner@jiffygroup.com.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. Hey, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're coming back with more Grow Question and Mark from Mark's Hydro and a special guest from the MMA Sponsored Fighters.
Not coming.
Fuck. You're such a pendejo.
He just texted me and was like, bro, my fucking broken jaw shit is
Well, you know what, then?
infected
We're
and
coming
I
back more with
can't
Michael, so
come."
Michael could take some of these calls because that horticultural knowledge needs to be dropped.
That's
That
right.
way we get more time with Mark at the end anyways. I don't have to rush it. It's Heavy T's Holiday Special. We're hooking you up. All you callers are going to get on, and you're going to get shit tons of gear from all of our great sponsors. DFZRadio.com. We'll be right back.
He just texted me like, bro.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stockings. They're up on the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just
wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year. Oh, the killer mini man, you welcome Capleton and Luciana. You welcome Sizzla and Shabba. You welcome Tony Rebel and Voodoo. You welcome Anthony B. You welcome Daddy Ryan Briggy. You welcome Josie and Charlie. You welcome Everton Blender. You welcome Yami Molo. You welcome Red Rat and Degree. You welcome Shaggy and Raven. You welcome who know your name. You still welcome. Wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas and a reggae New Year. On the first day of Christmas, my true listen to me. 3 golden hens, 5 turtle dove, and a partridge in a pear tree. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the land, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird.
You're listening to DFZRadio.com.
Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and that it was compatible with hydro soil and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man. I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
Heavy T loads us up every Wednesday night.
Hey, Heavy Maze here, down at the local hydro shop, talking with local growers on how to improve their garden.
Me? What's up?
Now, I've noticed you have a bottle in your hand. What is in that bottle?
This bottle's a PGR. I use it for height control because I'm in a tent.
You're using PGRs to control the height of your plants, but haven't you noticed that the quality of your plants goes down tremendously?
Oh, God, that's the worst part about it, you know, and I go to the farmer's market a lot, and I try to give them my fresh fruits and stuff, and they beat me down on the prices ever since I've used it.
Well, what if I told you right now there's a product today you can buy that brings back all of the lost essential oil production and quality, it recovers the natural look and flavor of your plants, and maintains flower size, but gets rid of excessive flower hardness.
What, dude? Now, slow down. You're telling me there's something out there that's going to bring all that back in one product. What is this product? Because I need it right now.
That's right. It's called Uber Recover. Uber Recover is a product to be used on your plants after excessive PGR treatment or stress. Check it out at ubergrower.com or ask for it at your local hydro shop.
Oh, I will.
Get to punishing it with Uber Grower and Uber Recover.
Better, faster, stronger.
We're listening to DFZRadio.com.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other...
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So, I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com. You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFCRadio.com.
Coming to grips with measuring pH is a fundamental part of ensuring a successful crop. Of course, having the right nutrient mix is important, but without a slightly acidic pH level, plants won't receive optimal benefits from the nutrients supplied. Blue Lab has a range of pH measurement tools available to help both the commercial and small-scale growers. These include the Blue Lab Guardian Monitor, the Blue Lab Combo Meter, the Blue Lab pH Meter, the Blue Lab pH Pen, and the Blue Lab Soil pH Meter. For more information, visit us online at getbluelab.com.
Hey, I learned from you guys so much. I keep downloading your shows onto my iPod and listen to them during the day at work. The journal and all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
From Growth Technology, who brought you Attack of the Clonex and Hydrodynamics International, creators of Night of the Nitrozyme, comes the most thrilling sequel since the creation of two-part nutrients, Clonex Mist.
I don't know, Billy. I don't think we should be fooling around in this old abandoned greenhouse.
Come on, baby. No one's here. Just you and me.
What was that?
Yeah, it sounded like it came from over there, in the nursery.
Oh, Billy, I'm scared. Let's get out of here.
I'm sure it's nothing. Hey, what's that? No, it can't be.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the garden, Clonex Mist. A new and unique product specially formulated to enhance growth and vigor in tender young plants while promoting robust root development and elongation of root hairs.
Doctor, you've got to help me. It's Billy. Something's happened.
Dear God, there are two of him. He has cloned himself.
No, Doctor. That's the Smith twins. Billy's sitting right behind them.
Of course. Why didn't I see that before?
Comprised of minerals, amino acids, and natural additives, Clonex Mist was designed to be used in conjunction with Clonex rooting compound and Clonex clone solution. In clinical trials, clones sprayed with Clonex Mist generated roots up to 25% earlier, with roots being up to 30% longer and 150% more numerous. Available in a 100 milliliter ready-to-use spray applicator. Just spray your mother a few days in advance, take your cuttings using Clonex gel, and continue to mist the cuttings every 2 days. The speed of root development will shock you. Clonex Mist from Hydrodynamics International. For more information, visit us on the web at hydrodynamicsintl.com. Clonex Mist. Cloning just got a lot easier.
Monsanto repoed my hydro store.
The next level of growing is here.
The growing revolution is here.
DFCRadio.com.
DFCRadio.com.
Welcome back. Heavy T's Grow Show, Xmas Spectacular.
Ho, ho.
Just had Johnson Grow Light and Michael from Jiffy Products on.
Jiffy dude.
Excuse me, heartburn like a mug from that pizza.
I got some Tums, $1 each.
Mark Hannett's going on. Look at him, he's going crazy.
This is my
One of my favorites. This is Christmas to me.
Shut me off. It's Mark's Hydro Show.
Yeah, let's do that, Mark.
Gary Hoey. Yeah, buddy.
What else, boss? What else? Hey, line 5, let's do this. Hey, caller, what's up? How are you doing tonight?
Rowan, Michigan.
We're on the Headbangers Ball Show.
Rowan, Michigan.
Yeah.
What's up, man? You've been hanging out a while. We appreciate
Yeah.
it. You're on with the
No problem.
experts. What's going on?
I got a question for you, bro.
No, man, I just
Don't waste the
I
time.
like to see how can I maximize my grow, because if I'm doing the organic or chemical, and I just want to maximize, what can I use to get a bigger yield? Is it the strain, or what am I doing here?
It's the size of the Johnson.
Phosphoload. Just dump phosphoload in it.
Oh, dude.
Phosphoload.
Yeah. You and everyone you smoke it with will get cancer, but it's no.
Oh, I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to dump that.
Listen, you're on with all the growers, so check it out. For me, to maximize the full potential of the genetic, you're going to be limited to what that genetic can produce, yes. But if you're indoors, you want to get the most light you can, that you can still keep cool. You don't want it to be 85 or 90 degrees. You want it closer to 75 to 80 degrees.
That's not what my bro said.
You want to prune and train it correctly, and you want to make sure the plant's health is optimal, and also fill the entire footprint of your light output with plant material. Whether you run a sea of green with a bunch of 1 to 2 feet single cola plants, or if you run a screen of green where you branch them out and trellis them out. But to me, that's how you're going to maximize it. You are going to be limited to what the genetics can do, and you're going to be limited to how much energy or light that you're putting into it. Andrew, you're a gardener too, but are you prefer outdoors compared to indoors?
Yeah, I grow more outdoor than indoor.
So
More outdooring.
when you're looking to maximize your plant's full potential on yield, what are some things that you like to take into consideration?
Size of pot.
Size
Size
of
of
pot. Genetics is big, but size of pot. I do a compost tea that helps a lot with the rooting. I use my full line of nutrients that I use. So that's pretty much what I keep in mind.
What about Horty?
What about me?
Maximize the yield in the indoors, bro. Come on.
He's not a grower.
Ro's been on here for almost 2 hours.
Bro.
No, bro.
Maximize yield indoors. Environment.
Synthetics.
All right.
I got your answer right here. It's hydroponics, man.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, we're here.
I
You know,
maximize your yield.
Everybody tells me meals. I used advanced nutrients. Didn't see results. I used some organics, botanical. Didn't see a yield. What I'm using now is Ionics made in Lansing, and I actually seen this the best the flowers are doing I've gotten yet. But I don't know if it's
Okay,
the quality
listen,
of the
Ro,
fruit.
listen. All of those are quality products you're putting into it. You're mistakenly correlating your success or failure with what you're putting into the reservoir. What you're doing is you're gaining more experience as a grower, so your crops should be getting better each and every time. The secret to nutrients is they all pretty much work if you know how to use them, and most of all the ones that you mentioned have good quality inputs for the most part. So jumping around from nutrient to nutrient to me is the complete wrong thing to do. You want to dial in one nutrient system and use that continuously so you don't have a learning curve each time you skip to another one.
Boy, do I agree with that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I'm on Ionic right now. That's what's working for me the best.
Well, if it works for you,
Yeah.
great, but don't just correlate your success with the nutrient. You give yourself some credit. You're a better grower now.
As I like to
Oh
tell,
yeah.
As
You're right about that.
As I like to tell people, nutrients are like race cars. It's all about the driver.
I can't afford them.
I tell people
Is that why you use coconut water?
different nutrients. It's like driving down the street. You got your Carl's Jr., you got your McDonald's, Jack in the Box, all the different restaurants, and all of the nutrients when you walk into a hydroponics store, they're basically all doing the same thing. They're feeding you. What's different is their secret sauce, the way they twist their recipe. It's all food. Now, get used to one. Make one your favorite. You'll get more success, because you got to learn how the pH affects plants. You also should stick with strains and the same newts so you can see how the strains affect or are affected by the newts. People jump around so much, and trying to make money, and sometimes they are so trying to miss the learning curve. It's more like a fucking mountain road in Chile.
Yeah, or they'll run 5 different genetics in the same system under the same light and feed them all the same food, and some of them are indica dominant, some are sativa dominant, some don't like a high feed rate, some like a better feed rate. So 2 or 3 plants look good, the rest of them look shitty. You don't understand why. You're like, oh, blame it on the nutrients.
You got plants 2 feet tall and plants 4 feet tall.
I agree with that. Now,
Damn
real
right.
quick, another question: how does with CO2 does that work in the room? CO2 is that going to show me results?
Yeah, it works.
Can I take this?
Mark wants it. Mark wants
If
it.
you got a motorcycle,
Mark
it's
wants it.
pipe up here.
Before Mark takes it, CO2, as Heavy T would say, is like nitrous on a car. If you're not firing on all cylinders, you might not see results.
Or as I tell people in my store, CO2 is like to a person, if you go and breathe into a paper bag, you're going to get all slow and lethargic because what you're doing is you're using the oxygen available to you. The plant, when it's growing, manufactures oxygen. And so what is happening is becomes an oxygen-enriched environment in your grow room. And then the plants become slow and lethargic, just the same way as if you're breathing in a paper bag.
So if your room is sealed, you're going to need to add CO2. If your room is exchanging fresh air constantly, the CO2 isn't necessarily necessary because you are bringing in fresh air, but your CO2 levels aren't as high as they could be. Like the plant can use, it's the same thing as if you're in the hospital and they put you on oxygen. It's going to make your blood more oxygenated. It's going to help like with healing and things like that. So if your room is properly set up, properly sealed with the right temperature, the right humidity, and you add CO2, you're definitely going to see an increase. Sometimes
Andrew, let me
30
get one
to
of those
50%.
dabs.
Exactly.
Dab me out, man.
Ready for a dab? Let me dab you out.
Yeah, man.
All right.
That's what we're talking
That's
about.
reasonable. I'm a fat fucker, so I guess I could use some CO2 myself.
Just breathe into a bag, bro.
But CO2
If you're
is
a
one.
fat fucker, you probably breathe heavy. You might make a lot of CO2.
CO2 is one of the 3 elements needed for photosynthesis. Light water, and CO2. If you put more CO2 in it, you're going to need to make sure you have plenty of light, and you're also going to correlate the amount of feeding and nutrient that you're giving it at any one time. Make sure that you correlate those two. By the same token, if your CO2 plummets all of a sudden because your tank goes out or you have some type of CO2 failure and you're recirculating a high parts per million or EC fertilizer, it could burn your plants once the CO2 is gone because now it's over-fertilizing it. So you have to make sure that all those things are in order. When you add more moving parts, it becomes more complicated. You added another variable to the mathematical equation. So it's
I got you.
so.
You guys ask my questions, man. I appreciate it. Can
Okay,
I call
come
back again?
Yeah, bro, you can call back anytime. I'm going to send you some gifts, though. I'm going to send you some nitrozyme and fossil fuel from HDI. I'm going to send you some Turpinator from our friends at Left Coast Wholesale.
Turpinator.
Are you a hydro grower?
Terps.
No, I'm growing the soil.
Okay, then
HP.
I'm going to send you some Mycofusion Green 150 and some Rhizocharge. The Mycofusion is an awesome set of products. Check it out. Green 150 is 7 species of Indomycorrhizae, only meant to be dusted directly on the roots at transplanting and made specifically for fast-growing annuals. The Mycofusion line. Hold on one second. Go ahead, Horty, take over.
Mycofusion line.
The Mycofusion line is
from
bomb.com. What else are you going to send him? Some Green Plaid Juniors. Green Plaid Juniors.
Mycofusion is 100% organic and made in holistic matrix of living beneficial organisms. The hippie lounge likes that, don't they?
Yeah, Banana buddy. Fire.
The Matrix.
Hey, go on Instagram and search hashtags Mycofusion, dust the roots. Also, I'm going to send you some Green Pad Originals. Hang them up, give them a squirt, raining CO2 down on your plants. And for your soil, grow some smart pots, brother. All that stuff valued at over $300. Talk to my screener to make sure you're. Where do you shop?
At HS Superior Grow Supply in Lansing, Michigan, or Pennsylvania.
Awesome. Superior Growers in Lansing.
I got a little secret.
That's where they
for
made
ya.
Oldsmobiles.
I got a secret. Since you're an outdoor
Lansing, Michigan.
soil guy, you should go around your neighborhood, look for the plants that look the healthiest, and then go dig up that soil and use it. That's what I do.
In fact, Dr. Duff has a brand new product to help you perform this duty.
That's right. Dr. Duffman here with a new product called Hood Soil. That's right. I went around my hood, got all the soil from the best looking plants, and bagged it for you guys, just so that you got the nicest microbes, organisms, and all kinds of good stuff in there. Trust me, it works good. I've been doing it for years.
It works good in the hood.
That's right. Hood Soil. Get yours now. From the hood.
Steve in Detroit's been hanging. Steve,
Oh,
Merry
Steve,
Christmas.
what up?
Ho, ho, ho.
Did you get the Hood Soil?
What up?
What up, Boost Mobile Steve? Steve, you there? His phone died right when he got on.
going on? What's going
He's
on?
on that Metro PCS life. Flexing.
No, I had y'all guys on speakerphone. I just took the speakerphone.
Cool. You have a simple question, but a critical question. Go ahead.
Pretty much, basically, I use the Kind 3-part. And I'm getting ready to do a test run with the Mills, the Cocoa Cork, and the Mills line. And I wanted to know how would I go about adding the Vitalize to my Kind regimen and also to the base of the Mills.
Pour all over the plant.
Okay, with the salicylic acid, you need to add it first and let it mix in completely for about 5 minutes. It's a 0.5 milliliter per gallon, so 2.5 mils per 5 gallons. And you put it in there, let it mix in for 5 minutes or so you don't get any fallout, and then go ahead and mix your nutrients as usual.
So, okay,
So you can mix it with any nutrient line, with the Kind or with the base food from Mills as well.
Okay, even I can still use that even though I'm using the Hydroponics silica. So I just
No, I would exchange this. The silica acid is a readily available form of silica, basically.
Okay.
Other silica, whether it's silicon dioxide or potassium silicate, takes time to break down and be made available. Indoors, we're maybe looking at 20 to 30% of the total amount of silica we're putting in actually being taken up. If you want to get full, readily available silica, the salicylic acid does it for you. Now, if you're outdoors and you want to add potassium silicate, you have a much longer growth cycle. You usually have a much larger population of microbes that help facilitate the uptake of the silica. So it's a different ball game. But remember, both forms are only in the tissue when you add it. So it's systemic in the tissue to add weight and strength. But if you have a 3-foot plant right now and you add it, the only tissue it's really going to be in is the new growth. It's not going to go to the old growth. So you want to use it from the beginning to strengthen your entire plant.
I just used it at the end.
That was your hardener?
Yeah.
You
Set it
had
hard up
sent me some of that Uber.
Yeah.
I've I'm about 5 weeks out from finishing.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
damn.
have some results on that for you too.
Okay, what do you think?
You think
I'm killing it with it.
Are you gonna be able to buy a car and then
I kill it
Uber?
with anything I use. So
Are
no,
you
I'm not.
Are you going to let's see, are you going to use the high Q when you harvest for the preservative?
Yeah, I told you I was gonna run it all.
Cool,
and
dude.
then let you know what's going on.
All right, Steve. Well, that's good to know that you're having great success. Uber does it again, helping you grow that fire. Uber's got the gas. For your Botanicare run, I'm going to send you some of the Rhizo Blast to complement that root stimulant. More roots, more fruits. We all know that. I'm going to send you a Jiffy Performa plug,
Nice.
Performa system. I'm going to send you some of the Rhizo Gel. And I'm going to send you a Blue Lab pH pin.
Oh, yeah.
$100 value.
Oh, that's nice.
Where do you shop
real
at?
nice.
Where do you shop at, Steve?
SGS Livonia.
SCS repping hard on Heavy T's Grow Show. Like always, Steve, I appreciate you. Merry
Sayonara.
Christmas.
All right, you too. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Steve.
Right on. You heard him over earlier talking to Grow. It's Mark from Mark's Hydroponics. Welcome to the show, Mark. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hey, man, I'm glad you came down for the Christmas Spectacular. You brought some friends as well. We have Andrew from the Hippie Lounge over here. He brought some of our favorite concentrates and some edibles.
Yes, we did.
What do you have as far as edibles there?
Well, we brought some hard candies here, made by Leaf of Life Lollies, a friend of mine from Hemet. Great guy. He also does peanut brittle, different lotions and chapsticks and things like that.
Deodorant?
Not yet.
Okay, I need some.
It's coming.
No, I can't fuck with the edibles. My metabolism's slow already.
Literally,
Like, I will be man down for like 2 days.
This guy is really good at candy. I'm a foodie, and like his brittles, his peanut brittles, and his
Incredible.
out of this world. I mean, they're so soft and flaky; they don't hurt you, you know. And he's got different flavors like root beer and peanut butter and
Cherry
jelly.
bomb.
Can you do Snickers?
And these different flavors are so incredible, and yeah.
Dude, I could do razzleberry, can you? And gooseberry and
The
rabbit.
snozberries.
Could you do
taste like
Snickers?
snozberries.
You ever tried horse?
No,
How about mule?
Dude, you just take all the wind out of the sail every time you
Right?
talk. Just
Kangaroo?
keep it real for 5 seconds of your life. And then for extracts, what do we have?
Okay, 3 seconds of your life.
Right now we have
And
Shark
wait,
Widow.
Wait. Are you the Andrew from Mark's last appearance where we tested some of flowers on air?
This is why
And
I brought him.
you had the epic Mona Lisa CBD strain, right?
It was a hybrid, a mix between my special blend.
Oh, right.
Yeah, my wife is named Mona Lisa.
But you are that Andrew.
Yes, I am.
Okay, now I know who I'm dealing with over here.
Infamous.
So are these candies CBD dominated?
No, these are THC dominated.
Okay.
I have a strain of ACDC concentrate with me. It's outside in the green room. I didn't bring it in, but that's the CBD strain I have.
Cool.
Bells.
Nice. Someone's getting blown up over here. So when we talk about, people have complained about hoarding of CBD strains. Seems like, for the medicinal value, a lot of people aren't sharing them how they're sharing other strains. And I understand that this is your own concoction here. What if someone was going to go about growing and trying to breed their own CBD-dominated strain? What's the process? Like, what should they be looking for?
Well, me personally, I got a special genetic, found that one, did a lot of different testings. People trip out on the way I do it. I'm still beginning, so I do things on my own. Ask Mark at Mark Hydro. He helps me out on a lot of questions. But basically, I take things and I make them up and I get them to go, and whatever one test out strain. Like the last one, the Mona Lisa OG's, outdoor tested at 27.5, I think it was.
I think the key to what you're saying is the testing part, is knowing what you're dealing with on every level. And that's where Mark's Hydro, not just great for all the grow knowledge that Mark has and his staff has, but he is a test center for Steep Hill. And you can get basically same-day service for under $50 to know what are the things that we're testing for, Mark, with the Steep Hill test?
We're testing for your THC and CBDs raw, and then we're testing them after heating. Your THC and CBDs again, so you get two different values, two different measurements, and then it checks for moisture levels. And it also there's a nice new graph on the reports that puts you it shows where you stand in the last 500 tests,
and
which is really cool. It's a cool graph.
And
so I go right to the top.
So Steep Hill, I've heard that name around a lot. So how accurate are these tests? Is what I'm saying. Steep Hill, as far as I know, is a super reputable laboratory company. Yeah?
Yes, Steep Hill is one of the foremost leaders in the testing industry, and they're out of Berkeley, where they've been doing all their tests for many, many years. I don't know when they started, but they, as it goes, they test everything, and they've been documenting files, and so they know what they're looking at. You can just take now a microscope, basically, and count the particles in it, and it's easy enough to identify what particles are what and how they are going to even burn. You can see that now. So this microscope, it's really amazing because it doesn't even burn the material, but it's able to give you two different readings, and it's even more accurate than if you burn it on a mass spectrum analyzer. In a mass spectrum analyzer, you get that one shot, the one test. It burns it and gives you these peaks and valleys and shows you what was burned. But on mine, it shows you, because they've got so much definition in the testing industry of what CBDs and what THCs look like. So now they can count them. Basically, they can count them. When it comes to
how big a sample size we're talking about? It's
well, it
a
takes
gram or 2 grams?
2 grams. Now, and I was just going to say, because my test only tests for THCs and CBDs and moisture level.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want to test for terpene profiles.
Right,
and stuff.
that's where I want to go to. Because
What if you don't do well on tests?
The Mark feels sorry for you and gives you a 5% off coupon for a store to buy some terpenator.
At my store, I'll take it, and it's a drop-off center, so we can get it up to the laboratories at Steep Hill. Because a lot of people nowadays want to know more about what they've got. And as far as there's 2 other tests that you could do, which one is the terpenes, and that's going to tell you basically identify what kind of strain you have. And then you'll know what, as you're growing it, what people are following and chasing, what scents are common or what scents are exclusive or what scents are to some people. Okay, males and females actually respond differently to different terpenes. And so now we can actually trace these things down, okay, with that test. But then there's another test that will break things down and test for toxicity and pesticides and residues and metal counts and things like that.
And you can do that as well now?
At my store, I'm a drop-off center.
So they'll send it out. And
Right.
if you want to know where you go, it's Mark's Hydroponic and Organic Gardening. What the fuck are you doing over there? Squealing like a little piggy. You've got your Piggly Wiggly in the corner over there. Mikey. Come on, Mikey.
So with this test, Mark, can I ask a question?
But it's Mark's Hydro at 114 North Harvard Street, Hemet, California, 92543. Or give them a call, 951-652-5784. They're open 7 days a week, and it's where it all starts.
Can I ask a question? This testing, with my Mona Lisa strain, you'll be able to tell exactly what strain it is?
Yeah, they'll be able to check it out because of the way that the terpenes process. Terpenes are associated with sativas and indicas, and there's the 5 different types of sativas that we're so familiar with. You got your cannabis, your sativa, indica, hemp, and ruderalis. Okay, and then your 5th one is Afghanica, which we all know as the Kush or Landrace or the OG, but that's the actual different individual strain. And so, yes, there's all the information is available there when they test that.
So as a shop owner,
so as a shop owner, I say bring it down to me, send it off, or you could just send it in. If Hemet's out of your way and too far away, just send it. Contact Steep Hill Laboratories in Berkeley, California, and they will make arrangements, give you the address and every invoice number so you can send it in there and get it handled.
Dope. Cool beans. Let's go to Pedro. He's got another gardening question. He's in your hometown of Hemet. Pedro, what's growing on?
Pedro. Pedro.
Sleepy was so bored.
I know what Pedro wants.
He's sweeping.
Pedro. We'll try to get Pedro back. Let's go to Rhode Island. Ted, what's growing on?
Ted.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, brother. Thanks for holding for so long. What's your grow question?
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, currently I'm vegging under T5 lights, and in an effort to speed up a little bit of vegetative growth, I've been thinking about switching to ceramic metal halides or a metal halide double-ended. Just wanted to see what you guys thought about that, because my thinking on doing that is I found that when I switch from vegetative T5s to flowering double-ended gavitas, my plants see a little bit of shock.
Definitely. Orty, what do you think?
Yeah,
well, you need to harden plants off when you move them from T5s to HID lights, so you're going to want to keep the lights a lot higher when you first move them in there. Basically, your veg area, to move to double-ended, which, again, if you're not running multiple DEs, I don't think it's worth it. But to move to metal halide or ceramic metal halide, you just have to make sure your environment's good. And if you're in a 3x3 area and you think you're going to throw a 1,000-watt metal halide in there 12 inches off the top of some 6-inch tall plants, it's not going to be better than your T5. So you have to, again, it's all about environment. If your veg area can support the amount of light that you're trying to add and keep the environmental temperature and humidity where you need it, absolutely it's going to veg harder, but you'll still probably need to keep the light a little bit higher at first once you put them underneath that light until they become accustomed to it, and you can drop the light down, say, like 6 to 8 inches a day until you get into the target range of the reflector that you're using.
It might be where you're at, might be a little cold. There's another thing that's going on a lot out in Hemet in my place right now. I'm having to sell a lot of heat mats, the seedling heat mats, because the guys that are vegging, they're just not getting the warmth to create root growth. And so that might be an option there too.
Yeah, and
so how big is your veg area?
It's about 8 by 14.
Okay,
that's pretty big.
That's a pretty big area, and do you have the ability to climate control that?
Yes.
Yeah, then absolutely, I would go from
metal halides will be better than T5s.
metal halides will be better than T5s, and you'll get better internodal spacing, more robust stalks and stems. Another thing,
and
people
metal halides or ceramic metal halides? What do you think about that?
Ceramic for sure.
I mean, the ceramics are pretty legit. They're a lot closer to the sun.
Yeah, but if you have a dual fixture at 630 watts, an 8-bulb T5 is 400 and something watts. You can use those new high-output Hortilux Max Veg bulbs. Those do give off a lot more UV and are a lot freaking brighter. But I think Mark hit it on the head with the heat. When it's cold and either you have them on the ground or the reservoir's on the ground and that's getting real cold and it fed to the plant or sits on the plant's roots, you shock the roots. You stunt the growth both below and above the soil line.
I call it cold water dick. The roots just shrivel up too, or they stop sucking in nutrients.
But the ceramic metal halides, if you're going to run 315s, you're going to run a lot more of them. If you're running like multiple 315 ceramic metal halides, I think you're getting much more full spectrum. I think also that in my experiences, vegging under bluer lights like metal halides, and then when I move them into bloom underneath a more red light like an HPS, it seems that the plants kind of bloom a little quicker.
Because of the
like
gnats.
they if you veg under an HPS and then move into a flower in an HPS, it's going to move to flower. But I've found in the past that going from a more blue light to a red light kind of initiates bloom a little stronger. So you could find advantages in that. Also, make sure in your veg, it's very important. I see a lot of people's pictures online. Their veg rooms, they don't really have fans blowing on the plants, so they're spindly and not, from Jump Street, when they're little clones, you want some wind movement on those things to toughen them up so you get the bigger, more robust stalks on the plants as well. In combination with the higher output light, I think that would be a good move.
At what age can I move them under those ceramic metal halides?
Well, I mean, you can move them underneath it at any age, but you just need to keep the light a lot higher
at the first transplant, usually after you see growth of 2 to 3 leaf sets.
Yeah.
Right.
So after you see a couple leaf sets grow out, put them under the ceramic metal halide, maybe keep it 4 or 5 feet above the top of the plants, and then every couple days drop it down 6 to 8 inches until you get into the sweet spot, and you're basically hardening off the plant.
That'll work.
I agree.
Excellent.
Growing's a lot of work. It's fucking farming, Duff.
Where do you shop?
A lot of work.
I shop in Mass Hydro.
Farming is easy.
Mass Hydro. Hook them up, Heavy T.
All right, we're going to send you 14 unlimited tests at Mark's Hydro. No. Just fucking with you. I'm going to send you the entire Uber line. I'm going to send you that Uni 1 at $50. I'm going to send you that Pyro K at $150. I'm going to send you the RNA and FDS. That's like a $200 value. And I'm going to send you the High Q.
Sweet.
All that great stuff. You want to grow the gas, Uber's got the fire. And you need to measure your TDS and your EC. So I'm going to send you a Blue Lab truncheon meter.
Boom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Blue Lab's awesome.
The most indestructible meter on the market. Never needs to be calibrated. A 5-year warranty. Truncheon from Blue Lab. Get bluelab.com. Ted, talk to my screener back.
Killing it. Lets me know how much gas I got in the tank.
You guys need to take a piss?
Show me the dab.
I gotta take a dump.
Michael, what are you thinking over there? Are you getting contact high on these dabs?
I'm getting all kinds of high.
He's like,
Okay.
in and out, bro. I smell it.
In and out.
Everybody's dab-tarded.
Oh, man.
It's all going around.
Yeah. Let's take a little break.
And now give me diarrhea.
We're coming back with The World According to Duff, brought to you by Nanolux Tech. Get your double-ended technology at nanoluxtech.com. Bought and sold forward by the bottles I push here on Heavy T's Go Show.
DFZ Radio.
Probiotic Failure Line.
Your mom.
We were a community. They made me their leader when I never asked to be. But the lightning in their eyes hardened me into whatever they needed me to become.
You're listening to DFZRadio.com.
I'm just a lump.
Hey, Carlos, man, what you doing, man? Why your hands so green?
Man, I'm just looking for this algae, man. My tío told me it's good for my plants, man.
For your plants? No, you need to check out Nitrozyme.
Nitrolime?
No, Nitrozyme, the marine algae extract.
Oh, man, what's that, man?
Nitrozyme is a marine algae extract that contains over 50 natural occurring trace minerals and macronutrients.
Is it gonna be enough algae for my plants, man?
Nitrozyme is 8 times more powerful than the common seaweed fertilizer and contains many of the naturally produced nutrients that all plants require for vigorous growth.
Man, so I've been digging all this algae for nothing, man?
Yeah, we need to get you down to the Hydro store or check out Nitrozyme at hydrodynamicsintl.com.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show.
Oh, hi, Billy. What can I help you with today?
Well, Tina, it's my plants. I've been trying to get them healthier by using foliar sprays, and I'm just not getting the improvements I was hoping.
I understand. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and it's getting louder.
It's Optic Foliar Guy.
That's right.
Crap, look what he did to my ceiling.
Have you heard of my Optic Foliar line of ready-to-use foliar sprays?
Gosh, I guess not.
Well, I guess it's about time you did. Start with Optic Foliar's Transport. It's a revolutionary delivery agent that helps get the ingredients in your sprays directly into the plant through the leaf surface. Unlike other sprays, it can be used with the lights on and without adjusting the pH.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
It sure is, Billy. Using Optic Foliar's watts, you can help your plants use the energy provided by sunlight or HID lights, leading to an exponential increase in growth, which produces bigger yields. And what's the easiest way to provide additional nutrition for plants using watts? Optic Foliar's Rev. Rev provides additional nutrients needed to maintain higher growth rates, resulting in greener, healthier plants.
Gee willikers, do you have anything to help correct deficiencies?
The new Optic Foliar Overgrow not only corrects deficiencies, but also provides increased performance. Overgrow prevents and combats problems that attack your leaves, ensuring you always get a healthy harvest.
Jiminy, it sounds like you have the solution to all my foliar needs.
That's right, Billy. When you use Transport with Watts, Rev, and Overgrow, you can expect improved health and increased yields. Better yields are only a spray away.
Thanks, Optic Foliar Guy.
Well, I'm off. There are more plants that need my help.
No, wait! Hey, man, the door works, you know.
Optic Foliar. Transport, Rev, Watts, and now Overgrow. The complete foliar system that will dramatically improve your plant's health and harvest. For more information, go online to opticfoliar.com.
And now, a grow tip with Heavy T.
Lighting is a crucial part of any indoor garden. Too often, growers refer to lumens for their light output. Lumens are for humans. Plants want photons. Therefore, keep the micromole at your canopy level from 1,000 to 1,200. You may need to purchase a par meter to determine the correct height to hang your light. But if you do, your plants will reward you with an increased yield. This is Heavy T reminding you to grow responsibly.
For more grow tips, go to dfcradio.com.
Botanicare is proud to introduce a revolutionary 3-part nutrient system that is the culmination of over 15 years of research and development. The Kind Plant Nutrient System. Designed by leading plant physiologists, this is the most versatile, effective, yet easy-to-use plant nutrient system ever created. It all starts with Kind Base. Kind Base contains nitrogen and calcium, but no trace minerals, magnesium, or sulfur. By placing those nutrients in the Grow and Bloom formulas, you have greater control over how your plants grow in your medium of choice. Using coco coir or RO water, just add more base to increase calcium levels. Growing in clay pebbles or rock wool, then just reduce the amount of base to ensure the proper calcium level. It's that easy. Kind Grow contains trace minerals and a proprietary blend of all natural ingredients to help maximize root growth, reduce internodal spacing, and create a lush canopy. Kind Bloom was formulated with the optimum phosphorus to potassium ratio. Your plants will have healthy branch and stalk development, accelerated flower set, and increased yields. Kind Bloom also contains magnesium to help improve photosynthetic efficiency, which is critical in accelerated growth environments. To put it more simply, Botanicare's Kind Nutrient System is the only nutrient system that is fully customizable to your kind of plants and medium. Botanicare Kind Base, Grow, and Bloom. Fully customizable. Any plant, any medium. For more information, go to botanicare.com. Botanicare Kind. Make it your kind.
Heavy T loads us up every Wednesday night.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Every Wednesday night from 6 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, who's hooking you up with the freshest grow knowledge and the dopest grow gear?
Heavy T Grow Show, only on DFCRadio.com.
That's right, Jason. Hey, stay on the line, okay? All right, let's see if these other guys can get that hood and bulb.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Rooster timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a Duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXtech.com. OLUXTECH.com.
The green pad's great for your garden, but what about your clones and seedlings? Introducing the Green Pad Junior, the only CO2 generator designed specifically for clones and seedlings. The Green Pad Junior can help increase the health of your clones and seedlings while at the same time speeding up the rooting process by days. Visit your favorite hydro store or go online to thegreenpadstore.com. That's thegreenpadstore.com. The Green Pad and the Green Pad Junior CO2 generators. Just hang, spray, and walk away.
You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFCRadio.com.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
The next level of growing is here. The growing revolution is here. DFCRadio.com. DFCRadio.com.
Fireball for Duff. Hands on Fireball for Duff. Welcome back to Heavy T's Grow Show Christmas Spectacular. Hey, I'm here with Devin from General Hydro, who's going to dab us up. Get on a mic or something. Can Devin get a mic? Just go take Horty's place. Horty doesn't want to do anything. Fuck Horty.
You're a mean one. Horty too.
All right, so what are these extracts that we have going?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh.
We have Shark Widow, White Widow, and Banana Fire OG. All nug runs.
And these are BHO extracts?
Yes, they are.
Okay, cool. Why don't we test one or two out while we go to a call?
Half-gram dab. Half-gram dab.
Try that reggae shark.
Here we go. You want the half-gram dab?
Michael and
you want a half-gram dab
Oklahoma.
live on air.
Big Mike.
Let's heat it up.
Hello, gentlemen.
Big Mike.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Yes.
So what's growing on?
y'all?
You had a question about the Johnson grow light, so let's see if I can help you out a little bit.
Well, actually, I am testing.
That's right. So you received yours.
Yes, and I want to give report number 2.
All right, let's hear about it.
Okay. First of all, my light, I'm running the same strands that I've run for a couple years.
Decades.
So I got it dialed in pretty nicely. I want to say that the light is very, very, very bright. I'm about 6 weeks in, and the only problem that I have with the light is one of the, I don't know, what do you want to call it, fixtures, the bulb or whatever.
The surface, the LES.
Yeah, one of them has gone awry. It's flashing, like, it's pulsing. And I talked with Johnson,
Right.
and they sent me a replacement light.
So you're saying your Johnson is pulsing?
Yes, it's pulsing. Just one of those.
Is it a rapid
How
pulse?
long has it been since you had your Johnson maintained?
About 3.5 weeks, maybe 4.
Right, and sometimes if you don't juju in between, the Johnson will pull
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, well, but anyway, they replaced it. Unfortunately, I'm so deep into the grow, I can't change it. Because I'm on a scrog, it's set in the middle of a 5x5.
Can't
and
use
I
your
just
Johnson.
cannot get to it.
Right.
So, I talked with Johnson, and I've got some that I will, some fruit that I'll take down for a Christmas present, like Friday or Saturday, just depending on how I'm feeling. And then I will
How your
start
Johnson's
a
feeling.
new grow using theirs with a smaller profile of some genetics that I have. But currently, my fruit is coming along very, very nicely.
That's awesome. And even though you can't replace the light because of the positioning, how quick was the response to getting a replacement?
Immediately. I think we talked on a Thursday, and I received another one on the replacement on like Tuesday.
Damn.
I mean, it's bam, bam.
Speedy.
It was there. I don't know if any of the other testers are seeing this or how far they are in their grow, but I'm getting brown hairs started to develop already.
I wish I had brown
it's gonna
hairs
make
again. Mine are gray.
It looks like it's going to make it to finish maybe a week earlier.
There you go. Well,
I got black
keep
hairs.
us up to date, Michael. For Christmas, I'm going to send you a Blue Lab ppm meter just for being a long-time listener.
Oh, well,
and so you can stay on point with your EC and parts per million in your solution, brother. And how about a More Trees, Less Assholes t-shirt to refresh your stock of it?
I would like one of those heavy.
What size?
Because I like trees and I hate assholes.
That's what's
the
up.
one I got.
So you don't like Horty Chris?
No, I like him. I told you, I like.
You don't got to kiss his ass.
You're a mean one.
Hardy Chris is my bud. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him.
Good. He's over here like gonna tear you up if you did. So
Yeah. You know, the asshole is the most important organ in the body.
And that's right. What size shirt?
Is that why I have hemorrhoids?
Give me an XL.
An XL, brother. All right, Mike. Thanks for calling, brother.
hey.
Talk to Bill.
All right.
Hey,
Talk to y'all next year.
All right, dude. Let's keep moving down the line here. Andrew in California has a question about Floralicious.
Thanks for your patience, Andrew.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just had a question. I'm an outdoor grower, and mostly everything's just organic. Don't use a lot of bottle nutrients. But I was wondering, with the Floralicious Plus, can I use it in aerated tea?
Yeah, you can go ahead and add that to an aerated tea. And what's nice about that is that's going to help increase your microbial life in there too. That's going to add amino acids, sugars. It's going to help you with humic acid, which is going to help with nutrient uptake. You get all that bottled in one product.
Coconut water works great, and aloe vera.
That's Duff Man.
And I was wondering because what is it? I thought when you're